Henson, his 19th season, and last year the Big Ten Coach of the Year. He is one of the best in the country, and his counterpart here tonight, of course, from Missouri, Norm Stewart, in his 27th season at Missouri, one of the most successful active head coaches in all of college basketball. The starting lineups have been brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. This will be a classic here tonight, we hope. The Illini and the Tigers on the Mizzou Sports Network. Let's take a look at the officials for tonight's game. The men in the stripes: David Hall from the Big 8, Denny Freund from the Big 8, and from the Big 10, Tom Rucker. And the series numbers for this great classic between these two schools, the 24th meeting, and the Illini have dominated. However, the Tigers have won the last two meetings. Last year it was a close one, a 1-point victory for the Tigers. That was a ball game. Let's hope, let's pray we have half that kind of a game here tonight. The Illini heavily favored coming in, but you and I, John, are more optimistic than others about the chances of the Tigers.
Well, Norm Stewart seems to be at his best when his team is a true underdog. He did it last year in the Big 8 season. Today they come in, they had a great shoot around this morning. The one thing about the two coaches, they will exploit the weakness of the other team, and so it'll give a chance. It's like a war, two generals going to battle. We'll see which troops do a little better.
Do a little housekeeping around the floor. This is the court that St. Louis University plays on here at the arena. And the St. Louis Blues, of course, underneath. It's cold on the floor here at the floor of the arena. Opening tap controlled by the Illini, and this is the freshman Kjuan Garris. Shelley Clark, the JUCO transfer, tapped away by Frazier, but controlled by the Illini. Getting it inside to Deion Thomas. His pass too far. An early turnover, and the Tigers take over.
Missouri in their traditional man-to-man defense, overplaying the ball. When Deion Thomas caught it that time, a double team. He tried to get it to Shelley Clark, threw the ball away.
You and I really enjoyed watching the Missouri practice here earlier this afternoon. They had a lot of life.
They went through a full 1 hour practice today. It wasn't just an easy shoot around. Norm Stewart is still trying to prepare his team for down the road in the conference play. This is a big ball game to him.
Kelly Thames with the ball out of Jennings, gets it to Atkins. Back top for Booker, and a foul underneath. Clark. Javon Crudup is pumped up.
It's more inside. Shelley Clark is probably not matched up against anybody. Watch Javon Crudup doing work right there on the block, using his body. Shelley Clark trying to get position, can't do it. Referee calls a foul.
Right after the whistle blew, Crudup went to his teammates, said all night long.
Well, he hopes all night. We've got scouts in the stands from the pro teams.
Shelley Clark tries to rip it down, and he lost it, controlled by Atkins. The Tigers reset.
Lou Henson will stay man-to-man most of the time. He may throw a little zone because Missouri struggled with the zone defense, but traditionally Lou Henson's ball clubs will play man-to-man.
Lamont Frazier, his shot no good. The rebound is tapped out of bounds. It'll belong to the Illini.
I like what I see from Missouri. Looks like they have more energy. They almost had a steal on the defensive end, then the turnover. That time they had 2 or 3 shots at the basket. Good to see for the Tiger fans.
Tigers with some pressure in the early going. Not much. Matching up man-to-man. Booker guarding Kjuan Garris, the freshman point guard.
The scouting report on Kjuan Garris is very good. They want to force him left. That time they allowed him to go right.
The freshman with the first 2 points of the game, and the Illini leading 2-0. Mark Atkins takes the 3. He's short, and the rebound by Richard Keene. Richard Keene driving, and a nice tap off the glass. 4-0 Illinois.
Keene has had a struggle this year. The sophomore, 37%. A big basket for him to get his confidence going early in the contest.
Inside to Crudup. He wants it. Backs in on Clark. Great move, but the shot no good. That pass rifled out of bounds, trying to get it inside to Shelley Clark. Richard Keene threw it away.
Javon Crudup last time down has to finish that play. If he has the move inside, he spins Shelley Clark, takes it strong to the basket. He has to finish this play. If he gets cracks like that, Missouri needs to score. They don't have a lot of opportunities like that one.
Kelly Thames for the Tigers gets it to Atkins. They're going inside to Crudup. Turnaround, short, and the tap in by the freshman, Kelly Thames, and the Tigers are on the board.
Thames picked up the fact that there was a mismatch. They double-teamed Javon Crudup, allowed Kelly Thames to slip in for the offensive board. The freshman has been impressive all season for the Tigers.
Booker trying to bother Kawan Garris. This is Deon Thomas. His turnaround, nice defense, and the rebound yanked down by Melvin Booker. Boy, Crudup's big body just forced Thomas to the fall-away jumper.
A strategy for Missouri. Deon Thomas catches the ball. They want 1, 2, and even 3 bodies defensively on him.
Thames has it stripped away. This is Richard Keene, and that's a goaltend. Richard Keene will get credit for the bucket. He has 4 points, and the Illini lead the Tigers 6-2.
Probably not a smart play by Kelly Thames. Make the play or make a tough layup. Lamont Frazier in his way. Tough little layup. Didn't give an opportunity to even miss the ball.
Melvin Booker guarded by Kawan Garris. Crudup wants it. Frazier had his shot altered. Ball controlled by Richard Keene and the Illini.
Forced shot by Lamont. Norm Stewart doesn't want 4 shots. They need every good look they can at the basket.
Wheeler's 3-point attempt no good, but Shelley Clark with a rebound puts it up and in, and the Illini lead by 6. Get it inside to Frazier, and the foul will be called on Richard Keene. Second team foul on the Illini, and the first for the sophomore.
Lou Henson with 3 guards in his lineup. Keene, Wheeler, and Garris. Missouri might be able to take advantage of that. Last time down, T.J. Wheeler up strong with a shot. Missouri needs to rebound. You can't allow Illinois to get more than 1 crack. Shelley Clark, a big body, strong body, turns around, knocks in the little bank shot.
Tigers bring in 2 fresh bodies. Marlo Finner and Julian Winfield, as Robert Bennett also checks in for the Illini. Winfield inbounding it to Finner, the 2 new players into the ballgame.
Robert Bennett at 6'6", 210 is too light in the shorts, so to speak, to guard Javon Crudup. Let's see if the Tigers can get it to Javon down low.
Atkins for 3. He got it. And the lead is cut to 3. 8-5 in the first points for Mark Atkins.
Big basket for Mark Atkins. 4 of 17 in the last ball game against Coppin State. You want him to get untracked early. He knocks in that one.
Kawan Garris throws it up. Tipped by Bennett, no good. And controlled by Mark Atkins. Julian Winfield with the ball. He's bothered by a sore ankle, but he's in there nonetheless. Has a wrap on his right ankle. Marlo Finner driving. Atkins for 3 again. No good, but Crudup rips down the rebound. Atkins, he's not shy, and they're going to call a foul underneath on Marlo Finner, his first, as he went over the back of Robert Bennett.
Well, the old adage, if it feels like leather, shoot it. Mark Atkins is never bashful to take the jump shot.
We have our first timeout on the floor. Tigers trailing the Illini 8-5. Stay with us on the Mizzou Sports Network. Let's go back and take a look at Mark Atkins, who has been throwing everything up. He's hit 1 3-pointer. This one, good.
Mark Atkins, when he gets his feet set, he's a much better shooter. Sometimes he catches the ball so quickly and shoots it too fast. He doesn't make that many. As you can see, Missouri 2 of 10. They've struggled all year from the field goal percentage wise. They struggle scoring points. They have to make sure when they get good shots, they have to make the baskets.
Illini basketball up by 3 with 15-18 left to play first half. Tigers with token pressure. Kawan Garris gets it across the timeline. Almost traveled. Keene on the baseline to Thomas. Forget about it.
Nice little play by Illinois. Good look by Keene as he drove baseline. Big hoop for Deon Thomas. Too strong in there. You can't allow the penetration defensively.
Booker guarded by Garris. Tigers trailing 10-5. Crudup tries to get it to Finner. Finner should get some minutes because of his big body against this much larger Illini team. Booker with his first jump shot. He cans it. Looking for the foul, won't get it. Booker's on the scoreboard, and the Tigers are down by 3.
Melvin Booker's had big second halves for this team this year. We look for him to come out and explode the first half to lead his ball club. That time a one hard bounce move, explosive on the jump shot, easy basket.
Tigers a little more experienced than the Illini. Illini throw the ball away. That's one area that Lou Henson was very concerned about coming in, that on the Illini side they really feature quite a few underclassmen. The Tigers, however, are led by the seniors Booker and Crudup.
Well, there's a reason right there. You look at the turnovers. The Illini with 4. Lou Henson told us this morning, I'm not sure how our freshmen will respond in this kind of atmosphere, and the young players. Well, we're finding out early in this ball game.
Crudup with a jump hook. Javon Crudup saying all night long, baby, and the Tigers are down by 1.
Bennett is too small, too thin to guard Javon Crudup. The Tigers, his teammates, have to realize that and continually get the ball and see what the Illinois people will do on the adjustments.
Kawan Garris driving. He finds Gandy on the baseline. Jump shot no good. And the rebound by Winfield. Ill-advised pass controlled by Frazier, and they're going to call a charge on Lamont Frazier. And John, a little too much there from Julian Winfield.
Well, and out of control, Lamont Frazier catches the ball. Julian throws it up ahead. Now you look, Richard Keene's going to guard the basket. Lamont Frazier has to be under control if he wants to do that kind of play. Make sure you have it there. If it's not there, pull it back out, find your teammates, get set. Possessions are important in big ball games.
Lamont Frazier, his first foul. The Tigers down 10-9 with 13.5 minutes left in the first half. Winfield guarding Garris. This is Gandy. And the whistle. A foul up top. And they're going to call Kelly Thames with his first personal foul.
Norm Stewart likes his players aggressive defensively, man-to-man. Norm Stewart will not play a zone. Active hands, Missouri picks up the 3rd foul. Illinois with only 2. Active hands defensively have already caused 4 turnovers.
Garris gets it inside to Thomas, who has only 2 points. His shot, an air ball. He was bothered defensively by Crudup. Here come the Tigers, down by 1. Booker driving. He hits, and the Tigers have their first lead. 11-10 at the 12:57 mark.
The look by Melvin Booker as he came down the floor, received the pass. First thing on his mind, try to score a point. Julian Winfield right now wants to get Garris to go to his left hand. He's allowed him dribble right-handed. The coach wants to push him left.
Stripped by Booker, and they'll wrestle for it on the floor. The ball will belong to Missouri in the alternating possession. And we'll go back and take a look at the bucket by the senior Melvin Booker.
Watch the aggressiveness. Caught the ball. Hard move to the middle. Stops, pops, knocks in the basket. With his left hand, Garris, that's what Missouri wants to do. Force him to the left hand. He struggled at Marquette that way. Another turnover, Tiger basketball.
You and I said in our first telecast that if the Tigers have a go-to guy, there he is, Melvin Booker. He can turn a game around, and he's really stepped it up the last few minutes.
He's done that in second half of ball games. He's worried so much about running the show from the point guard spot. The key is for Melvin, start early tonight, get him going.
Oh, what a pass by Kelly Thames to Javon Crudup, who has 4 points. Boy, that's a big-time play by the freshman.
He doesn't play like a freshman, Joe. We've seen it all year long. The kid plays like he's been here 3 or 4 years. He's the one player from Missouri that can break down the defense individually and take it to the basket.
Big rebound by Crudup, who yells as he gathers the ball. The Tigers pushing it. Frazier, he walks.
Norm Stewart not happy with this call, forcing the issue. Lamont Frazier a little bit too much. That time he took it, called a traveler.
The Tigers have the lead, 13-10, just under 12 to go, first half on the Mizzou Sports Network. 13-10, the Tigers lead it. Look at this pass by the freshman Thames.
Kelly Thames again, breakdown one-on-one, beats his man, draws help, kicks it to Javon Crudup. Let's take a look down low. Shelly Clark has to help out. He switches off. Javon Crudup seals the man off. Easy basket, Missouri. Credit Kelly Thames for creating for his teammate.
Points in the paint, pretty even. 10-8 with the Illini on top, but I'll tell you, the Tigers were worried about what would happen inside the lane so far. Missouri, mainly led by Crudup, they've been hanging tough. Illini break the pressure, get it to Deion Thomas. Big hook, no good. That's Chris Gandy. Letting in the rebound, and the Tigers up by 1.
You just alluded to it, Joe. Missouri worried about rebounding, and that time they didn't. Big move by Lamont Frazier. Saw the opening, split the seam. Nobody picked him up. Miscommunication by the Illini. Lamont Frazier, easy layup.
Tigers have their 3-point lead back. Richard Keene bothered by Crudup. This is Shelley Clark. He shot too strong, and Crudup fought for it, lost it. Again dropped by Clark, but the Illini control. T.J. Wheeler for 3. Rims out. And the Tigers run the court up by 3. Up by 6.
Wow, that's way outside. That was almost an NBA three-pointer just inside that line. Big three-pointer. Melvin Booker is aggressive. This is the best we've seen this Tiger team all year, as aggressive as we've seen it. Melvin hits his 7th point of the first half.
They're going to call a foul up top on Julian Winfield. First foul on Winfield.
Here's just a hustle foul. Norm Stewart can live with this. Julian Winfield, the Tigers have had active hands from the jump ball. That's what Norm Stewart wants to see. That's the tradition of Tiger basketball.
Jerry Hester is checked into the game for the Illini, and he gets the ball on the inbounds pass. And Tigers all over the Illini for the last 4 plus. Inside to Shelley Clark, backs in, and that, my friends, is a charge.
Nice take by Lamont Frazier. Maybe a questionable call. We'll see it again. The one thing about it, he put his body in front. Shelley Clark's a big man. As Shelley posts up, Lamont Frazier, did he get there? Good call by the official. Second foul on Shelley Clark.
Tigers up by 6 at 18-12. Little backdoor play for Booker, not there, but Clark grabs the rebound. He's standing on the end line. Robert Bennett checks back into the game, and Shelley Clark will take a seat. And so far, Shelley's been a little shaky.
Shelley has struggled. Now Illinois has a quick lineup with Hester, Keene, Wheeler. They have players that are faster, not as strong.
That's a foul. Shot is good, and Crudup heads to the free throw line on a neat little inbounds play.
Illinois not awake on the inbounds play. You never allow the big man to catch it this close. Melvin Booker pulls off a little pick. Bennett did not see the basketball thrown in by Julian Winfield. Nice look by Julian. Easy basket, Javon Crudup.
Javon Crudup, who had 10 points in this game last year against the Illini, already with 6. He makes it 7, and the Tiger lead now is 9.
Missouri still in the man-to-man. What they try and do, they're in a 1-3-1 zone now. What they're trying to do is get the ball out of the guard's hand, make Illinois throw it over the top, forcing steals.
Inside to Deion Thomas. Backs in, and a nice little kiss off the glass. It's a 7-point game. Thomas with only 4 points.
Back to the matchup. Bennett on Crudup. He's too light, too small. Take a look inside. You might have Javon up on the block.
Julian Winfield for the Tigers to Lamont Frazier. Seven on the shot clock, and Booker, his shot too short. Thames working, but Richard Keene pulls it down for the Illini.
Good look underneath.
Bennett may have walked. Tigers were looking for the call. Don't get it. Bennett is fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Richard Keene is a smooth ball player. A good look underneath. Bennett fumbled the ball out of bounds. Would have had an easy layup, but he fumbled. Keene, no look pass underneath. Bennett wasn't expecting it. Loses the ball, but he does pick up a foul. He'll go to line shooting 2.
Could have called a walk there. Moved both feet at the same time while holding the ball, but Tigers don't get the call, and Bennett to the free throw line. Marlo Finner checks back in for the Tigers. That last foul, by the way, called on Kelly Thames. So he'll take a seat.
Norm Stewart likes Marlo Finner. Marlo's had some big practices for Coach Stewart. He knows when Marlo plays, Marlo loves to play the game. It doesn't matter if we're in the arena here in St. Louis or if we went down to the playground. Marlo plays hard all the time. He's aggressive. He'll throw his body around. Norm Stewart needs him to rebound.
We'll keep an eye on number 21 for the Tigers. 21-15 Missouri. Just under 9.5 minutes left to play first half. Short on the second free throw, and Crudup gathers a loose ball. Trying to get it into Fenner. What a pass, but he's rejected by Thomas.
Big block by Thomas. He helped off a Crudup. Fenner thought he had a layup. Thomas, tremendous defensive player.
This is Bennett with the ball for the Illini, guarded by Marlo Fenner. Bennett having some problems, finds Garris up top.
Javon Crudup doing a lot of fronting inside on Deion Thomas, not allowing him to catch a basketball.
Kawan Garris, his shot short, but Thomas there for the rebound, and he's fouled with the putback effort. Deion Thomas will head to the free throw line, and they'll call the foul on Julian Winfield. His second personal foul.
I mentioned earlier, I've seen scouts. Stu Inman is here from the Dallas Mavericks. I saw Gary Wortman here from the Atlanta Hawks. They said they're both looking, especially at Deion Thomas, as well as Javon Crudup. They like what Thomas does. They thought this year he's expanded his game outside to like 15 feet. Before he was only a post man. This young man has had a tremendous career for the Fighting Illini.
Deion with 4 points, and from the line this year a 75% free throw shooter. A 6-point Missouri lead with 8:49 left to play first half. And Norm Stewart can be nothing but pleased with what his team has given him in the early going.
The effort has been tremendous, defensively especially. Offensively, a good job. They're scoring points, which they've struggled with all year. The nice thing about it, they're trying to help their teammates get open for better shots than they've done the first 6 ball games of this basketball season.
Norm Stewart comes back with Mark Atkins. He checks into the game, and Julian Winfield will take a seat.
Illinois stays in the man-to-man defense. Knowing Missouri struggled against the zone, we'll see if Lou Henson will ever elect to go to that zone defense.
Get it to Crudup, and his turnaround is a beauty.
Too small. Javon Crudup shaking his head as he runs down the court. Bennett is just too small. Missouri Tiger, the teammates of Javon Crudup have to figure out every time the ball should go into Crudup until Illinois finds a way to stop it.
Crudup with 9 points. The Tiger lead is 7.
Offensive foul. TJ Wheeler trying to set a pick. That time was called for a blocking foul. Illinois likes to run a passing game, a lot of motion. Watch him set a pick. Watch him move. Has his arms out. Keep your arms in. The referee probably won't call it. Once you move your elbows out, referees will say, hey, that's blocking. We'll go the other way.
TJ Wheeler picks up the foul. Tigers bring the ball up the court, up 23-16. Team fouls. Tigers with 6, Illini with 5. Lamont Frazier to Atkins. Inside to Fenner, has the step. His shot is good, but they'll call a charge.
Oh, what a call. I disagree with this one. Marlo Fenner, tremendous post position, spun on the man. Norm Stewart is livid on that call.
Marlo Fenner picks up his second personal foul. The Tigers lead it by 7 with 7:57 left. Keep watching. A beauty on the Mizzou Sports Network. 7 with just under 8 to play first half. Let's take a look at that offensive foul by Fenner.
The post up by Fenner. Bennett slides. I think he's too late. He slid there once Marlo Fenner had already left the floor. Norm Stewart couldn't believe it. Marlo Fenner couldn't believe it. He posted up Keene. A mismatch for Marlo Fenner. I thought he had an easy 2 points.
Tigers, after starting out very, very slowly, way up to 50% from the floor.
Have made their last 8 out of 10 shots. That's the Tiger basketball we want to see the rest of this season.
Kawan Garris with the ball for the Illini, down 7. He's a freshman. Here's a sophomore, Keene. To the senior, Michael. His turnaround, no good, and the rebound to Atkins.
Michael didn't know to shoot the basketball. This senior's been around a long time. Makes a lot of jump shots.
Great pass inside to Javon Crudup, and the Tigers trying to take advantage of the absence of Deion Thomas in the middle, and with that bucket, Deion's going to check right back in.
2 things have to happen. Javon Crudup runs the floor, gets position. Melvin Booker, half court, sees him, puts it right on the money. Javon, little pump fake, strong to the glass, easy basket. Credit Javon Crudup for running the basketball court. Credit Melvin Booker keeping his head up on the dribble, finding his teammate underneath the hoop.
Tigers could have their biggest lead of the night if Crudup can hit the free throw. He does, and the Tigers lead it by 10, 26-16.
Missouri continues to put the pressure on. They won up-tempo this game a lot because of the freshmen and the new players that Illinois has.
A Another turnover by the young Illini club, Kawan Garris. And Lou Henson has to really be worried with what he is seeing so far.
Just a lot of mistakes. 8 turnovers already. The Missouri team with a lot of veterans, a lot of poise. This is the type of ball game that we want to see out of them.
Loose ball. Kawan Garris beats Crudup. Should say Atkins to the ball and gets the layup.
Credit Garris for the hustle. A tip away. Mark Atkins didn't pay attention. Kawan Garris got inside and takes a basketball. Easy 2 points.
Tigers have an 8-point lead. Frazier cutting the lane. Shot touch, but no good. And they'll call a foul underneath.
Opportunities missed by the Tigers. Another layup chance. Lamont Frazier misses those. Norm Stewart knows it's important for this ball club to score points. When they have an opportunity to make layups, you need to make layups.
Kelly Thames will check back into the game for Marlo Finner.
Well, the young freshman looks like he's already been in a battle, Joe. Early on, he must have got a bloody nose, probably from Mr. Clark or Mr. Thomas early in this contest.
Kawan Garris will head to the free throw line after that foul on the other end by Mark Atkins.
How about that stat? 32 of 35 from the line for the freshman, over 91%. Folks, you can't ask for more from a freshman. I tell you what, to come into ball games, play a lot of minutes, comes out. The toughest thing to do sometimes is stand on the free throw line and make free throws. This young man's made them all year long.
Kawan Garris with 6 points. The Tiger lead is 6. 26-20. Kelly Thames to Booker. 22 on the shot clock.
Mismatch down low. Thames is being guarded by Keene.
Atkins three-pointer no good, and Deion Thomas with a rebound.
Mark Atkins not patient enough to see the mismatch. Kelly Thames is guarded by Keene. He could have taken him easily if they were patient.
Richard Keene shot no good, and it's tapped out of bounds by the Illini, and the Tigers have the ball. What a hustling effort by Lamont Frazier. He blocked the Illini player, Deion Thomas, away, so he couldn't tip it back.
Tremendous play. Lamont Frazier going to go for the ball, then decides it was going to be out on Illinois. Thomas goes for the ball. Lamont Frazier body checks him. Hey, folks, this is a physical game. Big 8 versus Big 10.
So far, the Big 8 leading 26-20. Crudup squares up. His shot is short, but he gets a kind of bounce off the glass. This might be Javon's night.
When it's going, it's going. Again, keep getting him the basketball. Illinois has yet to find a way to stop Javon Crudup. He scored on posts. He scored on little jump shots.
Kawan Garris for 3. The freshman now with 9 points. Melvin Booker for the Tigers, guarded by Garris. Inside, little give and go to first.
The passing of the Tigers that time slipped it inside. A little handoff to Lamont Frazier. Missouri is sharp tonight, Joe. Impressive as Crudup gets post position. Deion allows him to catch it too close to the basket. Lamont cutting hard to the basket. Keene picks up his foul.
Keene hammers him. That's his second personal foul. Atkins checks out of the lineup, and the Tigers come back with Julian Winfield. Frazier to the free throw line, and so far this season, Lamont Frazier an 80% free throw shooter. Two shots. And they'll try to make the second. Tigers leading by 5, 28-23 with 5:42 left first half.
Joe, I was fortunate enough to play with Lamont's uncle, Rick Frazier, who Ricky had some big nights in this building against the Illini, and some of the best basketball ever seen in the Missouri uniform.
Kawan Garris driving on Julian Winfield, and they'll call the foul on the floor, and Winfield picks up his 3rd personal foul.
You know, you get the feeling Kawan Garris, as a freshman and highly touted out of Chicago Westinghouse, he's really a pretty smart player, pretty smooth for a freshman. Has yet to been bothered tonight by he has had some turnovers, but he hasn't shied away from continuing to be aggressive with the basketball.
With that 3rd personal foul, Winfield out of the lineup. Mark Atkins back in for the Tigers, and Kawan Garris with a one-on-one opportunity.
I think Julian felt he was pushed off by Garris as he was going to the basket. Julian would like to have a big night back in St. Louis. Back in front of some home people. He played at St. Louis University. He wanted a big night. 3 fouls. He'll be silent for the first half.
Garris is 4 for 4 from the line, and he has 11 points. Tigers lead at 29-25.
Nice patience by the Tigers. Melvin Booker spacing. Missouri's doing a nice job of keeping the bodies, keeping the lane open, letting Javon Crudup go to work inside.
Thames gets it inside to Crudup. He hits it, and Javon Crudup has 16 points here in the first half.
Credit the spacing offensively. Missouri is not bunching up inside. They're not getting over frustrated, keeping the space out. That means Javon Crudup has a lot of room to go to work.
Richard Keene trying to get it inside to Thomas, can't do it. They go back out to Hester. His shot is short, pulled down by Crudup, and the Tigers leading by 6. Take it down the floor. Booker, he wants it. He stepped on the end line. A turnover. Melvin Booker, determined to drive to the bucket, just stepped out of bounds.
Norm Stewart had a smile on his face before he talked to the referees. He likes how his team's playing right now. He likes the aggressiveness that they've shown with the basketball. Even that last play by Melvin Booker. Melvin has waited a lot of ball games to do that. Tonight he's doing it from the get-go.
Mizzou basketball is being brought to you by Boatman's Bank with home equity loans designed to do just one sensible thing: save you money. Illini getting it across the timeline. Shelley Clark back into the game. Hits the jump shot.
Norm Stewart can live with that basket. Reason why? He wants it out of the guard's hand if they throw it up the floor. If Shelley Clark wants to shoot jump shots, Norm Stewart in practice has said that's okay. We'll see if he can beat us doing that.
Clark with 4 points. And the Tiger lead is 4.
Look at the banging inside. Clark and Crudup throwing each other around.
Is he hot? Screaming as he heads back down the floor. Javon Crudup with 18 points.
Is there any reason not to look for Mr. Crudup every time down the floor until Illinois finds a way to stop this young man?
Not at all. Keene for 3, way outside, and he cans it. He makes it a 3-point game. 7 points now for Richard Keene. Tigers leading 33-30. Frazier driving the lane. He got it. He's fouled. He'll head to the line. Lamont Frazier, who won the last game against Coppin State with a last-second jump shot, drives the lane, gets the bucket. He's fouled and will go to the line.
Lamont Frazier takes it strong to the basket. The key to the whole play early in the ball game. Right now, their spacing is so good. The lane is wide open. Lamont Frazier that time cut to the basket, was delivered the basketball, went up strong, was fouled.
Fouled by Richard Keene, his 3rd personal foul. Free throw no good, and Shelley Clark yanks it down for the Illini. Kawan Garris running the offense for Lou Ensign. Backdoor play not there.
Active hand by Kelly Thames.
Hester blocked by Crudup. Doing it on both ends is Javon Crudup. Atkins thought about the 3, has to pull it down.
Bad choice. Bad choice by Mark Atkins. They need to be patient. They're scoring every time down the floor if they take their time.
That's Hester. Hester with his first 2 points.
Don't allow an opponent a chance to come back. When you're doing things well offensively, stay with it. Be patient enough. Work with your teammates. See if you can get the basketball. The ball belongs in Crudup's hand every time he needs to touch the basketball.
2:40 left to play first half. Crudup wants it. Jump hook no good. Thames with a rebound. Lamont Frazier driving again. Left wide open all alone. And again the Tigers take advantage of the absence of the big man in the middle. No Deion Thomas.
Lamont Frazier with his 7th point. Splits the seam. Nobody's there. He takes it strong to the basket. The Illini does not want to get in his way.
Hester for 3. Jerry Hester.
Jerry Hester was highly recruited also by Norm Stewart. This young man is a great talent, very athletic. We saw a jump shot there from deep in the corner.
That's a freshman out of Peoria, Illinois. Tigers lead is only 2, 37-35. 1:50 left to play first half. 13 on the shot clock.
Nice patience by Missouri.
And they're going to call a foul inside on Shelley Clark.
Let's take a look inside of what's going on between Clark and Crudup. Javon Crudup trying to get position. Clark trying to fight him. He'll pick up his third foul. He's not letting him move. You have to allow some kind of space. Lou Henson wanted a pushing foul on Javon Crudup. Maybe warranted it, but it wasn't called that way.
Third personal foul on Shelley Clark. Richard Keene also with 3 fouls. And we've got a little misunderstanding on the court, and the officials will talk it over with Norm Stewart at the officials table. What's going on here? They call a double foul. I believe they did. And with the alternating possession, the Illini will take over control of the basketball when we come back. 1:44 left to play in the first half, and Lou Henson, he's livid because Shelley Clark, one of his big men, now with 3 fouls. We're going to come back after this break. 1:44 left to play first half. Tigers by 2 on the Mizzou Sports Network. Missouri lead with 1:44 left to play first half. John, you and I talked about the marquee matchup, as every announcer likes to call it, between Crudup and Deon Thomas. And so far, I think it'd be a safe bet to say Crudup is dominating.
Well, Mr. Crudup has arrived in St. Louis with a mission. 18 points, 5 rebounds. Now, they haven't necessarily matched up against each other. Lou Henson has tried to put a smaller body on Javon Crudup. Hasn't worked. So now he's put Deon Thomas. We may see a little bit more of a matchup one-on-one.
Illini trying to tie or take the lead. Kawan Garris inside to Thomas. Deon Thomas has been shut down in the first half. Tigers wanted a 5-second call, don't get it, and Javon Crudup will pick up his 2nd personal foul.
Pretty solid defense by Javon. That time the ball went inside of Thomas. Thomas really had nowhere to throw it. His teammates were shut out 1-0. He can't pass the ball. Look at him looking. He's trying to give it up. Finally breaks down Javon, strong to the basket, uses his body to shield the ball to go up strong. He'll go to the line shooting 2 free throws.
So 2 shots for Deon Thomas. See, 75% free throw shooter. Ooh.
Well, you like the shooter's
gravity with it.
You like the shooter's touch. He's a 60% career field goal shooter. When he gets the ball, usually good things happen, and that results in normally 2 points.
Thomas is 2 out of 3 from the line, making 3 out of 4, and we've got a tie game. 37 apiece. 1:15 left to play first half.
Notice the spacing by Missouri. The bodies are all outside moving, keeping the middle open to make the delivery passes Javon Crudup.
They're going to call a foul underneath on Robert Bennett, and that's his 2nd personal foul. So to the free throw line is Javon Crudup, who started out hot from the line, but at the moment a 64% free throw shooter. Still, it's better than a year ago.
Well, Javon struggled all last year, and he struggled early this year. Last 2 games, he's made his free throws.
Have a lane violation.
Actually, I think it was a 2-shot foul.
10th team foul on the Illini, so we're in the 2 foul shot situation, and that's being explained to Lou Henson.
The tough job for Henson is to figure out who can guard. I don't think he wants to put Deon Thomas on Crudup because he could pick up fouls. Robert Bennett's just too light, too small to guard Crudup.
Kawan Garris, his shot no good, and the rebound pulled down by Thames. Tie game, 37-37, 1 minute left to play first half. Booker hands it right to Kawan Garris and commits the foul. Melvin Booker, his first personal foul. Kawan Garris just took it right out of his hands.
Mishandling the basketball. Lamont Frazier, Melvin Booker tried to hand off, just bobbled it as Chris Heller comes in. Chris hurt his ankle Monday in practice. Didn't know if we'd see him tonight. That's a big sign and a good sign for the Tigers. If he can give some positive minutes with 48 seconds left, if Chris Heller can give some positive time to this Tiger ball club, it allows Javon Crudup to get another extra minute of rest before halftime.
Kawan Garris, 4 out of 4 from the free throw line.
Take a look at the injuries. Reggie Smith, Julian Winfield, Chris Heller, part of the left ankle club, all out with left ankle sprains. Julian Winfield has played tonight. Reggie Smith is dressed. First time we've seen him in a long time dressed. I'm not sure he'll play. He's been practicing. He practiced this morning. Chris Heller is limping as he jogs down the court. All 3 men have left ankle problems.
Tigers with a basketball. 48.1 seconds left to play first half, and the Illini with a 38-37 lead. The Illini bring back Hester, Jerry Hester back in the lineup, and Tom Michael back in there for Illinois. Booker for three. Shot too long, and there's going to be a foul called on Gandy, and Kelly Thames will head to the free throw line.
Thames with the inside position. The Tigers went for a quick shot so that they would get the ball back if they missed or make it. If you miss or make with 45 seconds, that means Illinois will come down. You'll have another opportunity with the basketball. They went for a quick shot. Melvin Booker misses. Kelly Thames had inside position, draws the foul.
Kelly Thames with 2 points. His first free throw attempt is good, and it's a tie game at 38.
This young man has been impressive from day one for Norm Stewart. He walked on campus, came into practice. I'll tell you what, he was probably the first one to earn a starting job for this ball club.
He hits them both, nothing but net, and the Tigers have a 39-38 lead. Tigers figure to get the ball back no matter what the Illini do. It's now a 35-second shot clock. The NCAA. Kawan Garris driving on Booker. And the rebound controlled by Garris. Little reverse layup, no good. Garris again. And he commits a 3-second violation in the lane. Boy, I'll tell you what, 3-second violation or not, Kawan Garris is working hard.
He plays extremely hard, no matter if he's a freshman or not. Norm Stewart wanted a push-off foul. Garris can penetrate. He thought he pushed off on Booker. Missouri will have trouble if they allow that many second chances and third chances at the basket. Fortunate play, they called 3 seconds. Missouri with the basketball, 20 seconds.
Illini with 2 more turnovers than Missouri. Tigers with a 1-point lead, and they can take the last shot. That's the game clock. Time remaining in the first half. Kelly Thames to Finner for 3. You got to be kidding me. Marlo Finner hits a 3-pointer, and the Tigers have a 4-point halftime lead. Marlo Finner, of all people, cans a 3-pointer.
Marlo Finner was an outstanding shooter in high school. He's had knee problems. He doesn't get up on his jump shot much anymore, but still in practice, he makes outside shots. That's why he spots up at 3. That's why he knocks it in. He's a good shooter, folks. We don't see it that much, but he does it a lot in practice.
So the Tigers with a 4-point lead, 42-38 after 1 half of play at the arena. Here's another score from around college basketball. Look at that, Kansas with a 2-point lead over Indiana. The closing moments of that game. Kelly Thames hits the pull-up jump shot, and the Tigers have a 6-point lead. Thames with 6 points.
Big move by Kelly. Good start for the Tigers defensively. Now they're going to put pressure. Don't allow the guards to catch it back. Make Deion Thomas bring the ball up the floor.
That's the strategy. Trying to get it across the timeline. They're close. They just got it over by less than a second.
The strategy Norm Stewart's worked on. If the big man takes it out, they throw it to the guard. Once the guard double team him, give it back to the big man, shut the guards off, make the big people bring the ball up the court.
Nice pass to Wheeler, cutting to the basket from Thomas. T.J. Wheeler with 2 points.
Good players can not only score, they find their teammates. Deion Thomas double team, turns around. T.J. Wheeler, the recipient of a good play by Deion Thomas.
It's a 4-point Tiger lead. Frazier in the lane, left alone. He traveled with the ball. So a turnover by the Tigers. Lamont Frazier did not like the call, and it was the official way out behind the play that made the travel call.
Nice ball fake by Lamont Frazier. He takes it in the lane. Looks like he got tripped a little bit, then fell over. Norm Stewart wanted a foul. Referee saw it the other way.
Kawan Garris sets up the offense for Illinois. T.J. Wheeler driving. The freshman Garris to Deion Thomas. From the corner, Hester shoots an air ball. And the crowd, at least the Missouri fans here, enjoyed that. Crudup with a turnaround. He's still hot.
I tell you what, Deion Thomas cannot allow Javon Crudup to catch the ball in so deep. Javon catches it 5 or 6 feet. The turnaround. Illinois is going to have to find a way to stop Crudup. Well, this young man will have a field day all night long.
So often we talk about how important the first 5 minutes are after halftime. A big stretch here for the Tigers to try to maintain their dominance. Rebound to Booker on the missed shot by Bennett. Tigers could add to their 6-point lead. Crudup, by the way, has 20 points for the Tigers. Rebound to Robert Bennett, and here comes the Illini. Deion Thomas squares up, jump shot, good.
That's what some of the NBA scouts like. Deion Thomas has expanded his game this year to hit that 15-foot jump shot. Last year he was only a post player. This season he looks like he's a possible lottery pick.
Atkins for three, left open, shot no good, and the rebound fought for and controlled by T.J. Wheeler. Tigers lead it by 4. Opening moments of the second half.
You have to be impressed by Garris, a freshman, running the show, controlling tempo for the Illini.
Nestor,
nice job.
Nestor's shot no good, and now there'll be the official trip, turned an ankle, and the crowd gets on the official, and he's going to be limping around for a while.
Joey went down hard. I think he's hurt too. He better get taped up because the game will not get easier from this point on to officiate.
Called that foul on Melvin Booker. The Illini retain possession, and official trying to walk it off. One of life's most embarrassing moments.
It's going to happen.
Forgotten.
It's going to happen in this kind of ball game. Shelley Clark has been relatively quiet the whole ball game. National Junior College Player of the Year last year. We expected big numbers. He's been somewhat quiet and really hasn't even been a factor in this ball game.
That shot was blocked by Booker, and the Tigers get it to Thames and now to Melvin. Inside of Crudup, why not? Atkins for three, left all alone. He got it, and the Tigers lead it by 7.
Credit Javon Crudup. He was double teamed inside. The Tigers worked the basketball. The open man, Mark Atkins, he knocks in the jump shot. Big shot for Mark.
Go on, Garris. Surveying the offense. Tigers still playing good defense. T.J. Wheeler in the lane. Jump shot no good, but the rebound to Bennett. Goes up strong, and he's fouled underneath. And who are they going to call it on? Either Crudup or Frazier. And it'll be on Javon Crudup, and that's his third.
Big foul against Crudup. Wheeler misses the shot, and they go up. Bennett gets a rebound. It looked like Javon was just trying to get out of the way that time because he didn't want to pick up his third. Referee whistle, 0 for the Tigers. Javon Crudup picks up his third. Norm Stewart now has to make a decision. How long do you let him ride with 3? We'll see Norm's decision soon.
So Bennett hits his first free throw. Look across the way and see Marlo Finner taking off the warm-up jersey. He was levitating on that chair. He wants to get in there so badly, and he will at the next opportunity. Right here. Marlo Finner will check into the game. Bennett hits them both. He has 3 points, and the Tigers' lead is now 5. So Javon will take a seat with his third personal foul. He'll get a little rest, and we'll see how the Tigers maintain their dominance of this game. And dominance is a strong word, but at least the upper hand, up by 5 with just under 16 minutes left to play.
They'll need better ball movement, more cutting by the players in order to create the space because Javon Crudup's no longer in.
There's a player. Kelly Thames has 4 points in this half.
We're seeing 2 tremendous freshmen. Garris for the Illini, Thames from Mizzou, making big basketball plays in this type of atmosphere.
Saved by Garris. Nice pass to Bennett, and he's fouled by Kelly Thames. Thames picks up his third personal foul. So now Thames with 3 and Crudup with 3. For the Illini, Keene has 3 and Shelley Clark with 3 personal fouls. And we have a timeout on the floor. Tigers hanging on. They lead by 7. 51-44. The Illini involved in a battle with Missouri. Tigers lead by 7. Let's look at the freshman Kelly Thames.
Kelly Thames, a little ball fake to the left, gets Shelley Clark off his feet. Nice penetration, stops and shoots it, doesn't charge on the defensive end. Thames against Garris, the 2 freshmen who made big plays all night. Garris at that point was blocked. He saved the basketball in, was passed inside. They got bucket underneath.
Thames comes out. He takes a seat. Javon Crudup back into the lineup for the Tigers. He's guarding Thomas. Nice pass to Wheeler. And the little lay-in. Great pass by Deon Thomas.
If you're Illinois, you now go at Thomas because Crudup will not want to foul. He has 3. Utilize that strength. Missouri's going to have to find a way to keep Thomas out of the middle with Javon Gardner.
Crudup squares up. Gets it to Finner. 15 on the shot clock. Tigers lead it by 5. Frazier backs it out for the Tigers, and they'll reset. 5 on the shot clock. Frazier wants it. He gets it. Lamont Frazier with 9 points.
Here, one-on-one move. He shook Michael down, shot the fade away. Lamont Frazier has a smile on his face. You get the feeling, Joe, the Tigers are a confident bunch of guys.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're used to this game. Quite a few on the floor for the Illini. This is their first look at this clash. The Bush Braggin rights. Garris for 3. And the rebound yanked down by Marlo Finner. And the Tigers, who lead it by 7, have the ball with less than 14:20 left to play, second half. Garris all over Booker.
Nice decision by Missouri. Patient on the offensive end. See what they can get. They'll probe defensively, try to see if they can get it inside.
Inside to Crudup, who got a face on Thomas, hits the jumper. Little baby hook, and Thomas got a hand in the eye, and he's in a little pain as he heads back down the floor.
22 points for Javon Crudup. A little post move. He put the hand in Thomas's face. A little stiff arm action, a little football. Hey, sure. Why not? It's going to work in this kind of ball game.
Crudup guarding Thomas. Good pass to Michael Cutting, and there'll be a foul called on Melvin Booker. His 3rd personal foul. So now Booker with 3, Winfield with 3, Crudup with 3, and Thames with 3.
Tough decisions as Norm Stewart will go to the bench once again. Chris Heller will enter the ball game. We talked about the first half. Chris, if he can give a couple good minutes on a bad ankle, is a positive to this Tiger ball club.
Norm getting a little afraid of rolling the dice with Crudup. He'll take him out, get some more minutes on the bench, and Tigers, who already have 4 personal fouls in the second half, will not have to worry about Crudup for a little while. Neither will the Illini. Wheeler working on Finner, and they'll call a foul on Finner. That's just good defense, John.
Pretty good defense. Sliding his feet. Hands are out. He didn't chest him. I thought pretty good defense. Watch Marlo Finner. He does have his chest in him a little bit, but his hands are out. Not too bad. Credit T.J. Wheeler. He's a senior. He drove it into the outside knee. If you go hard at the knee, a lot of times the referees will give you that call.
And now that's Marlo's 3rd personal foul. So you would definitely have to put the Tigers in that category of in foul trouble.
Well, the one thing about it, a lot of them have 3. That means a lot of bodies are there available. They won't all get 5 fouls, but make sure you play aggressive defense. Don't quit playing, because if you do, easy baskets will come for the Illini.
Bennett on the baseline working on Heller. He rejects him. That's a big play by Chris Heller. Back into the action. The Tigers think they should still have the ball. So does Norm.
Great play by Chris Heller. That's why he's in there. He's long arms. He's active. He makes a tremendous block.
Now commits the foul. Chris Heller picks up his 1st personal foul, and the Tigers already with 5 team fouls in the second half. Richard Keene checks back into the game for the Illini. He has 3 fouls, so we'll keep an eye on him.
Chris Heller, what a positive note to Tiger fans across the state. They've seen this young man. He's had his ups, he's had his downs. That's a big play for him to come in here. He's hurt, he's hobbling. He now has to play Deon Thomas. Deon is much stronger than Chris Heller. What Chris wants to do is not allow him to catch the ball so deep. When he turns around and shoots, get your big arms up, long hands, try to block the shot, be solid, don't make some dumb moves.
Tigers actually with 16 fouls, so the next foul, and the Illini are in the 1-and-1, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Robert Bennett, and the Illini fans can't believe it. Julian Winfield drew the foul, and Bennett will pick up his 3rd.
Watch the foul. Watch the arms go up, and he holds it there. Going to call a foul. That's like football. Referees, once you put your arms up and extend yourself, they'll call that offensive foul.
Julian Winfield in the lineup for the Tigers to Melvin Booker. Booker trying to get started in the second half, and he draws the foul. He'll head to the free throw line.
That's an old-fashioned bailout call. We used to call that in the NBA. Melvin Booker made the move. He was off balance, really had nowhere to go but a bad shot. Referee bailed him out, called a foul. Fortunate for the Tigers.
Lucky number is 3. T.J. Wheeler picks up his 3rd personal foul. John Sunvold, you might have 3 personal fouls. Everyone seems to have 3 here at the arena. 7 points for Booker as he heads to the free throw line.
I think the environment breeds that, Joe. I see fans around here. They're slapping 5. They're yelling at each other. They're waving. They're hollering. This is a tremendous ball. The atmosphere is fantastic at this time of year here in St. Louis.
Booker with 8 points. We'd like to see him step it up as he normally does in the second half. That would be much welcome. Tigers lead is now 10. Make it 11.
What I like about Melvin, he's aggressive tonight, but he's patient. He's not forcing the issue. The last shot was a forced issue, but he's doing it all within the realms of trying to get good shots for his teammates.
Tigers lead it by 11. Richard Keene driving. Jumper. Wow,
big shot. Big shot by Keene, struggling all year. He's had a pretty good ball game, but he's been sidelined because of foul trouble. He has his 9th point of the night. He's finding a way to score. This young man's a pretty good all-around player.
Booker driving. That's what we want. Melvin Booker hits the jump shot in the lane, and the Tigers back to an 11-point lead. Booker with 11. Deon Thomas, he draws a crowd. Kawan Garris finds Wheeler on the baseline. Jumper no good. And Chris Heller gets the rebound for the Tigers. Bad ankle and all.
Missouri has numbers.
But they elect to pull it back. Just over 12 minutes left to play second half. Tigers trying to upset number 19 Illinois. Finner gets it from the baseline. The turnaround jumper, he has 5 points.
Big move. The Tiger fans are on their feet. They love what they see. The place is going crazy. Marlo Finner, big basket on the baseline.
Keene for 3, way long. And the rebound nicely worked by Wheeler as he bangs it off Booker. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Might this be the night that the Missouri Tigers break out of their slump and turn the corner? The Tigers won it last year by a point, and here tonight as they try to win their 3rd in a row, they lead by 13 with 11:43 left to play second half. Richard Keene wide open on the baseline, hits the 3. How can that happen?
Well, Missouri now has to cover Keene. They've focused so much on Deon Thomas. Keene's getting hot. If he lights it up like he's doing, he's trouble. So make sure he doesn't have open shots. He's the next man you have to stay with.
Tigers have a 10-point lead, 61-51. Heller stays in the game for Missouri. Booker from the corner. And the rebound to Keene. Winfield breaks up the play, but Clark is there for the Illini. The Illini trying to get this lead back down under double digits. Keene in the corner, wide open. He feels it. He gets it.
Mistake by Julian Winfield. Do not leave your man if he's the guy hitting. Keene with his 15th point. He's the man right now they're going to. So don't leave that man to help out defensively. Stay with him. Shut him down. The line I've had trouble scoring besides Keene.
Finner for 3. Shot no good, and the rebound controlled by the Illini.
2 quick shots by Missouri. 2 quick misses. Illini back on the offensive end.
Wheeler for 3. But Thomas is there. Heller! Whoa! Chris Heller slams it away. Thomas is rejected by the senior.
Big play by Chris Heller. Now the patience on the offensive end. Don't force shots. Move your bodies. Move the basketball. Get a good look at the basket.
Boy, there's a big momentum buster for the Illini, and Heller supplies it for Missouri.
T.J. Wheeler, who is a 3-point shooter, had a crack to knock it down. Missed a shot. Big block by Chris Heller.
Winfield driving, has it knocked away. Shelley Clark to Kawan Garris. He's fouled and will head to the free throw line as Frazier. Lamont Frazier picks up the foul, his 2nd.
The activity of this ball game. Wheeler, a good 3-point shooter. Misses. Thomas looks like he has an easy look or a pass. Chris Heller, tremendous block from behind. Good minutes by Chris Heller as he checks out of the ball game. Watch Garris. He's patient. He uses his body, shields off Frazier with the ball. goes up strong, draws for 2 shots. This young man, 90% free throw shooter, a very smart player for a freshman.
It's a 7-point Missouri lead. Garris will try to cut further into that. Nothing to it. He's going to be a good player if he isn't already.
Norm Stewart, good minutes from Chris Heller, and Marlo Finner has come back with Kelly Thames and Javon Crudup. Doesn't want this lead to dwindle down.
Garris is 7 out of 8 from the free throw line, and he has 17 points. Stolen by King. Nice defense by Winfield, but the ball will go back to the Illini as Booker ended up with the ball on the baseline.
Big hustle by Julian Winfield. Keene makes a steal. Looks like it'd probably be an easy basket. He took too long patience. Norm Stewart wants a timeout. Good hustle by the Tigers as the score. 61-56. Mizzou's got a chance with 11 minutes to go.
61-56. The Tigers out in front of 19th ranked Illinois. 9.5 minutes left to play. Second half. We'll take a look at some of the numbers. Field goal percentage in the second half. The Tigers way up there, but a few of those hit by the Illini, by that man, Richard Keene. A couple of big three-pointers, Joe.
Well, the difference in the last 2 minutes, the Illini have outscored Mizzou 8-0. Richard Keene has gotten hot. Missouri has to stay with him because he can bust it wide open.
They're going to call a travel on Shelley Clark at the top of the lane. Shelley Clark turns it over, and Shelley Clark has really had an iffy ball game. We heard a lot about him coming in, but he hasn't helped out the Illini cause much tonight.
He's had a tough night. Offensively now, Missouri. Bennett is guarding Crudup again. Javon hurt him the first half. Tigers need to go back to Javon to get him going. He can break this game open for the Missouri Tigers.
That shot was missed by Kelly Thames, and Garris tries to get it underneath. Stolen by Booker, and the Tigers control, and they'll slow it down. Tigers leading by 5, 61-56. 9 minutes left to play, second half.
Missouri needs to get the spacing back like they had the first half. Keep your bodies out of the lane. Give Javon Crudup to operate.
Booker for 3, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Clark. Deon Thomas not in the lineup for the Illini. Keene inside to Clark. The turnaround shot good. Great pass by Richard Keene.
That's what outside shooting does. Keene, when he got the ball 3-point line, the Tigers ran at him. Nice delivery by Richard. Good basket by Illinois.
6 points for Shelley Clark. 8:15 left to play, and the lead is 3. 10-0 run by the Illini over the last 3 minutes. Frazier to Crudup. Shot clock to 7. Winfield walked.
The last 6 trips down, Missouri, they've had 5 bad shots, not high percentage shots, that time a turnover. They need to get back in the flow of where they're working the basketball. The 11th turnover by the Tigers. They need more movement. This is what's happened the first 6 ball games, Missouri. They become stagnant offensively. They don't get the movement from their bodies, and they stand and watch each other.
Hester in the lineup for the Illini to Keene. Inside to Clark. His turnaround no good. Thomas fights for it, and they're going to call a jump ball, and the Illini will retain possession. And Norm Stewart rips off his jacket, and he's a little upset. He thinks Thomas went over the back of Javon Crudup. Nice pass inside to Clark, rejected by Crudup, but controlled by Hester.
Big block by Javon Crudup. Mark Atkins made a mistake. He tried to double out of the ball. Clark was wide open. Javon Crudup saved that basket.
Tigers lead it by 3, 61-58. 7.5 minutes left to play, and they're going to call a foul inside on Javon Crudup, number 4.
I don't like the call. You have 2 great players going at each other. Why call his 4th foul? Referees have to understand these guys are just battling for position. Unless it's a flagrant foul, unless it's something serious. Watch Deon Thomas. He's just working to get position. No much harm. He finally gets position. Javon Crudup allowed it. They call a foul. 4th foul on Javon Crudup. Norm Stewart again decision time with 7:27 on the clock.
Well, you know, fans, there's only one thing better than a Tiger win, and that's celebrating with an ice cold Budweiser, the king of beers. And hopefully we'll be celebrating a Tiger win after this one. They lead by 3. Thomas 3 out of 4 from the line tonight with only 9 points. It's a 2-point game.
Javon Crudup with 4 fouls. If Norm Stewart leaves him in, Javon has to be careful on the offensive end. The Illinois players are going to flop. They're going to take that charge. Sometimes it's imaginary charge. The referees see a body flying. They may call charges. Javon Crudup better be aware that he has 4 fouls.
Leon Thomas with 11 points, and there's the foul trouble for Missouri. Crudup leading the way not only with the fouls but with 22 points. The Illini fans come alive. 61-60. Big trip for the Tigers. And a foul underneath. They're going to call Deon Thomas with a foul, this time on Crudup. So Thomas picks up the foul, and that for Deon only his first.
Well, and Lou Henson has kept Deon Thomas off Crudup maybe for a reason. That's only his first foul of the ballgame. Bennett has guarded Crudup most of the time. Thomas has stayed out of foul trouble.
Booker nearly walked, drives, hits.
Big play by the senior. When you need a basket, Melvin's delivered all year long. Big time. They were at 4.5 minutes without a basket. Big hoop by Booker.
He has 13 points tonight, and the Tigers lead by 3. Shelley Clark from the free throw line. They'll give him that all day, but he hits it.
Well, we watched this young man shoot free throws, and it wasn't pretty this morning, Joe Buck. You commented and said, hey, this kid can't make any. He knocked that one in. Missouri will live with that shot.
The lead again, 1. Thames drives, can't hit it, and they're going to call a foul on Lamont Frazier. Or are they? They're going to keep it down underneath. And it's going to be against Kalani Garris.
That's one of those calls. It's an aggressive foul. As we go up for the shot, Kelly Thames, watch Lamont Frazier. He goes for the ball. Kalani goes for the ball. Who got the ball first? I'm not sure. Referees call a foul. A lot of time in a big game like this at contact. Probably should have no call.
That's the first personal foul. And the Tigers will have to call a timeout as Lamont Frazier could not get the ball in bounds. Tigers lead by 1. 6.5 minutes left to play second half. Norm Stewart's going to put the jacket back on. Tigers lead it by a point, 63-62. 6.5 minutes left. Tigers had to call a timeout on that last play and are left, John, in a tight game with only 1.
6:30 on the clock. That's tough because we know at the end of this ball game it's going to be back and forth. Strategy becomes very important with 1 timeout. The field goal percentage, only 35% for the Illini, but the key was Richard Keene hit 8 straight points. That right there brought Illinois back in this ball game. Missouri has to now get their offense on gear to score some points for the last 6 minutes.
Standing room only here at the arena, a crowd of 18,273. Tigers leading by a point with 6:15 left to play second half. And the shot clock at 20. Thames, the freshman.
Shelley Clark not playing Kelly Thames for the jump shot, helping off on Javon Crudup. Kelly may want to see if he can take it.
Partially blocked by Keene, saved by Deon Thomas. The shot clock was at 5. The Illini can take the lead, down by 1 point, 63-62. Shelley Clark backing in. He wants it. He's hot. Just as soon as we say he's had a shaky game, he turns it on.
Well, that young man's a big body. He has the NBA-style body. Scouts will be looking at him tonight, too. He's made some big plays in the last 2 minutes for his ball club.
The Illini take the lead, 64-63 with 5.5 minutes left.
Kelly Thames, when he catches, has to play the basket. Shelley Clark's not guarding. He's helping off. When Kelly catches the basketball, play the hoop. He may have a little 15-foot jump shot. He may have the paint to drive.
Booker driving and hitting, and the Tigers regain the lead.
How many times does he answer the bell? Most of the time. He takes the big shots for his ball club. Another big one for Melvin Booker.
Less than 5 minutes left. Tigers lead by a point. Here's Shelley Clark again. In the corner for Garris. And he is fouled by Atkins. Or did they call it on Crudup? I believe they called it on Atkins. Although Crudup had the bigger reaction of the two. Atkins picks up the foul, and that for Mark is his second. Crudup put a scare into Missouri fans when he trotted back down to midcourt. Put his arms up in the air.
There were some Illinois fans behind us. They're laughing. They're saying, he's out of here. He's out of here. Javon Crudup just didn't agree with the call by the official.
Garris, the freshman, ties the game at 65.
Joe, we couldn't ask for anything better. 4:49 on the clock. Tie ball game. The excitement here. Both crowds have been on their feet back and forth as each one has the ball.
Garris has 16 points. He's only missed one free throw tonight. Tigers down by a point, 66-65.
Illinois now in a 1-3-1 or 1-1-3 zone defense. The first time we've seen it. Missouri has struggled this year against the zone. Little 2-3. They're going to try to make Missouri beat them from the outside.
Atkins the man to do it. Frazier, they're going to call a walk on Frazier. And Norm Stewart is livid.
Tough in that situation. Lamont Frazier made a hard move. Referee thought he traveled. Interesting move by Lou Henson to go to the zone defense in the last 4 minutes. Try to give the Tigers a different look, something they've struggled with.
Thomas in the middle of the lane. Hits. And the Illini fans to their feet. They lead by 3.
We talked about the big bodies, Thomas and Shelley Clark, early in the ball game. They were silent. They have awakened in the last couple minutes.
Tigers down by 3. Booker thought about it. Atkins will do it. Short. And Wheeler with a rebound.
Not a good shot from Mark Atkins. He's the shooter, but get close enough to get a good look at the basket. Illinois sitting in the zone defense. Missouri didn't move the ball, didn't move the bodies.
Kane. And they're going to call Thomas over the back. It'll be his second. So a miss by Richard Kane, who earlier in a big 8-0 run by the Illini hit 2 key three-pointers.
As Missouri comes down on the offensive end, Melvin Booker or Lamont Frazier have to penetrate that zone defense and then kick it to Mark Atkins for an easier jump shot. Or find your men on the baseline, Javon Cruz or Kelly Thames. If they just pass it around the zone, they're not going to get a good shot. Ball movement, body movement.
3:15 to play. Tigers down by 3. Shot clock at 13. Atkins. Stolen by Wheeler. Bad pass by Booker. Here comes the Illini. Garris, the freshman. Oh, what a shot by Cowan Garris, and he points to the bench.
Wow, what a play. T.J. Wheeler, big steal, big pass to the freshman. Tough bucket, but a big bucket.
We'll be back to the arena after a break. Cowan Garris with 18 points for the Illini. By Cowan Garris, Wheeler picks off the pass.
Active hands, he's a senior, great defensive player. Watch the look, the nice bounce pass. Tremendous, he shields the ball with his body. What a tough shot as he points to the bench. This kid's a pretty good player for a freshman, Joe. We're going to see him the next 3 years. What an outstanding talent.
After a hot spurt by the Tigers at the start of the second half, as you look at the reset, the numbers only, well, no timeouts for Missouri left. The Tigers have the possession arrow, but John, the Tigers after that first spurt in the second half led 61-48. But the Illini, they've been on a 22-4 run since.
2 things have happened. Richard Keene ignited his ball club. Those 2 3-pointers were big. His teammates picked it up offensively. Offensively with the Tigers, lack of movement. That's been the story this year so far. They're not moving their bodies, getting good shots. They've taken difficult shots every time down the floor. 3-2, 2-3, back in the zone again. They want Missouri to beat them from the outside.
They're daring Atkins to shoot, who checks over with Norm Stewart. Inside to Crudup, that's where they need to go. The move, no good. And the rebound to Kawan Garris.
It's a struggle offensively right now for Missouri. Javon had the ball there. Tough shot, tough angle. Credit Illinois. They're making Missouri trying to earn this one.
The Illini leading by 5, 70-65 with just over 2 minutes left to play. And the Illini, they want to talk it over. Lou Henson calls a timeout. And the Illini definitely in the driver's seat here. Up by 5 with just over 2 minutes to play, and that's what's happened in the last 9 minutes. The big three-pointers hit by Richard Keene, and the overall play this entire game by the freshman, Kawan Garris.
Well, you know, Keene's shots just ignited this offense for Illinois. But defensively, what they've forced Missouri to do is become stagnant and take bad shots, and Missouri has accommodated them. They've taken bad three-pointers. They've taken bad jump shots. The ball has not gone inside. Last trip down was the first time Javon Crudup has shot the ball probably in 10 minutes. That's not how Missouri had the lead early on. They need to get back to that. Attack the zone, penetrate inside, kick the ball out to the shooters, or get it close to the basket.
We'll take you back to last year, December 23rd, 1992. The Illini shot just 33% from the field, but still managed to remain close. The Tigers ended up with a victory, 66-65. They were led maybe emotionally in that game by Reggie Smith, John. Last year, tonight, Reggie Smith with the bum ankle is not available.
Last year, Reggie Smith came off the bench, had a tremendous ball game. This year, he struggled. He hurt his ankle at Arkansas, has been out ever since. Tonight, he's dressed, but has yet to see time.
By the way, the Illini now in the double bonus situation with the free throws. If they are fouled, they'll get 2 shots.
The Illini going to a 1-4 set. They're going to allow Garris to go one-on-one, try to break down Booker for the shot.
Shot clock at 3. Finger roll no good, but there's Deion Thomas for the putback. It's a 7-point lead, and Thomas with 15. Frazier driving. Tap by Thames, no good, and the Illini try to put this one away. A minute and a half left and a 7-point lead. And they'll call the blocking foul on Booker. 2 free throws coming up for Kawan Garris, my MVP of this game.
Well, the tough part now is Kawan Garris is going to keep the ball in his hands without the 5-second rule. You can dribble the ball as much as you want. Kawan Garris is a 91-plus free throw shooter. Melvin Booker, it's going to be difficult. Illinois can go into the 1-4 set, put 4 bodies low on the baseline. Kawan Garris is good enough ball handler to break down Melvin Booker. If not, he can draw fouls. He goes to the free throw line. The young man makes free throws.
He is 8 out of 10 from the line tonight. Garris with 18 points.
Well, Missouri has to be offensively still. There's not 1:26 on the clock.
He missed them both, but there's Deion Thomas. Wow, put an exclamation point on this one. Think the pro scouts like that. Frazier for 3, got it. That makes it a 6-point game with just over a minute left. 12 points now for Frazier.
Missouri has to go after the basketball attack, look for a steal.
Nice dish to Clark. And they're going to call a foul on Javon Crudup. The Tigers wanting the travel, and Crudup is gone. Fouled out at the 1:02 mark in the second half.
Watch this, folks. Garris penetrates, kicks it off. He traveled. No doubt about it, he traveled. Didn't even have the ball close to the floor. Can't believe the call. Look at this. Have nowhere to go. Puts the ball down, looks at the referee. The old bailout, Javon Crudup. Tremendous ball game. 22 points. Outstanding night for this senior from Raytown South High School in Kansas City, Missouri.
Just tremendous. Norm Stewart way out of the coaching box. And he was all over the official. Shelley Clark to the free throw line. He's still on it. Clark misses the first. Just better than a minute left to play. It's a 6-point game. The timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. And Norm Stewart has not been happy with the officiating all night long. And that is the old sarcastic laugh from a man who he's seen as good officiating and as bad. And we're not going to say that this group has been either. But Norm Stewart Well, he has his thoughts and his feelings right now.
I'm sure he had a nice excuse for why that was a foul and not traveling, and that's why he laughed. As we look at the Huskies visiting the Tigers in Columbia January 2nd, Sunday at 3 o'clock. This ball game's far from over. The Illini have missed 3 straight free throws, and they continue to do that. Missouri can keep fouling. When you start missing, it becomes tough to start making them. Shelley Clark just missed that one. Joe, we watched him today. He didn't make many in practice.
He did not. But I'll say this for Shelley Clark. We were on him, and he came out, and it started when he hit that jump shot from about the free throw line. Tigers laid back, let him have it. He hit it, caught fire, put 6 points in a hurry. He and Keene really brought the Illini back, and then the entire game, Kawan Garris has been just awesome as a freshman.
Just tremendous. Early turnovers in the ball game. We talked about it before. A lot of times would rattle a freshman. Credit Lou Henson for staying with him. Didn't pull him out, didn't sit him down. He stayed with him. The young man has responded. Tremendous ball game. As we look at the rebounding numbers, 21-8. Shelley Clark, Deon Thomas, a big part of that. They have pounded the glass. Shelley Clark has that NBA body. There is no doubt that this young man, out of anybody on the floor, might have the best opportunity to go to the NBA. He is big, he is thick. That's a pretty good touch. Though again, missed some free throws. We'll see how he does this time.
It's the second. It's a 7-point Illini lead. And Clark checks out of the game with 11 points as Jerry Hester's back in. Tigers down by 7, exactly a minute left to play.
More athletic team by Illinois defensively. They'll try to shut down the lanes.
Atkins for 3. Gets it. And it's a 4-point game.
Oh, that three-point line is fun and can bring you back quickly as long as you knock them in. And defensively, the Tigers have to chase the basketball.
Tigers want the ball to get out of the hands of T.J. Wheeler, but they fouled him with 44.2 seconds left and 2 free throws coming up as Atkins commits his 3rd personal foul.
Wheeler, who's an outstanding shooter, 36% career three-point shooter, only 72% from the free throw line this year. Though he's a senior, looks like they're working on maybe a leg cramp for him. And that's tough. If that leg's cramping, that's tough.
Getting a little massage from Deon Thomas. And they're going to ask him to check out. Lou Henson's going to try to get him out of there, but Wheeler says, I'm fine, and I can take the free throws. This is his first trip to the line tonight as a shooter, 72% this season.
Lou Henson wanted to get Tom Michael in there. The senior could shoot the free throws. Big miss by T.J. Wheeler. Still a 4-point game, 44 seconds left. A lot of things can happen in a game of basketball with 40 seconds.
Shelley Clark checks back in, and Hester is out. Just a 4-point game. 44 seconds left. Now a 5-point game. The Tigers need that 3-point shot.
Missouri has to push it up quickly, try to get a shot.
Nice save by Frazier. Atkins, almost. Booker there. The 2-pointer is good. Tigers have no more timeouts. But the man open deep stops Shelley Clark. Foul him. You have to. You have to. 28.2 seconds left. And that's not what Lou Henson wants to go to the free throw.
Well, and you waste about 4 or 5 seconds. When Shelley Clark caught the ball, when he elected not to take the layup, you foul as soon as you can. Marlo Finner waited about 4 or 5 seconds. Make the clock stop. Make everything stop so you have an opportunity to get back in the basketball game.
It's a 3-point game. These are big free throws. Tonight, 1 out of 2.
I'll be honest, that hit all net, but Shelley Clark didn't believe it was going to hit all net. He let it go. He bent his knees down. He kind of looked like he was wishing that ball in the hole.
A 4-point lead, 77-73, 28.2 seconds left. He's got them both. Tigers need the 3 ball. Down by 5. Atkins. Gets it. The clock stops. Under a minute left to play in the game. It's just a 2-point game. Finner commits the foul, and he'll send the freshman, Kawan Garris, to the line.
Marlo Finner picks up his 4th foul. You might not want to foul Garris, but the freshman, last time up, he missed both free throws. He's 90%. It's a big game, big atmosphere. Melvin Booker, what's he do? He draws his own defense in together, kicks it out to Atkins. Might be a little late, but those kind of things, that's how you break down a zone defense. You penetrate, make the bodies come together. Watch Juan Garris does not want to give up the basketball. Boy, that's ugly, folks. He just held on to that ball a long time for a free throw shooter. He was 90% until the last 3 shots. He looks like about a 20% free throw shooter now. He's holding on the ball much too long. He gives Missouri a chance either to tie or take the lead with a basket. 3-point lead.
Tigers down by 3. Frazier. And the game tied at 79.
Melvin Booker again created the penetration.
Garris throws it up, and they're going to call a charge, and with 4.3 seconds left, the Tigers have the ball in a tie game.
Oh, we're having fun. I tell you what. Melvin Booker breaks down the zone. Lamont Frazier, big shot. Now Juan Garris, tremendous ball game, except he's a freshman. Another mental mistake. Here comes Booker, who's got 4 seconds.
Booker at the horn, shot no good. We're going to overtime. Oh, what a game. Oh, what a comeback by the Tigers. It's a tie game at 79. We're heading to the extra frame. Lamont Frazier sends us to overtime.
Lamont Frazier wins last week's ball game against Coppin State. What's Booker do? He draws the defense, finds his man, Lamont Frazier. Nothing but string music, folks. We're going to overtime. Tremendous ball game here in St. Louis.
The Tigers head to overtime without the services of Javon Crudup, but they're there. 5 minutes left, 79 apiece on the Mizzou Sports Network.
It's time he sacrifices his body. Garris out of control. Lamont Frazier steps in. Missouri basketball, a charge, sends us to overtime.
Wow. Wow. Tigers will start the overtime with Heller to try to get the tap. They have Marlo Finner waiting to come into the game, and you look at the foul trouble. Tigers, I'll tell you what, John, and this is so often said, but whatever happens here on out, the Tigers have played an absolutely marvelous game. I said it earlier, this might be the night that they turn the corner.
Well, let's hope so. This has been a tremendous night. Missouri, and this is why this game's here. We have the crowd is just on their feet. Missouri fans, Illinois fans, the bands are playing. Boy, is this a lot of fun.
Opening tap of the overtime controlled by the Illini. It's a 5-minute overtime period. Juan Garris. Guarded by Booker.
Look for Illinois to put the ball back inside to Thomas or Clark.
Wheeler inside the stripe, hits the 2-point shot.
Well, Deon Thomas is so good with the basketball. He can create his own shot. He's also had tremendous assists today, especially to Wheeler. He kicks the ball out. He's very smart with the basketball. Good basket by Wheeler.
Shot clock at 15. Atkins driving on Wheeler. Shot too strong. There's Booker. He puts it back up and in. How does Melvin Booker get the rebound with Thomas and Clark underneath?
Well, Juan Garris lost Melvin Booker as he hits his 19th point of the night. Big play by Booker. Keeps the Tigers even.
81-81, less than 4 to play in the overtime. Clark, he draws the foul from. Official has yet to make the call. If it's against Atkins, it's his 5th. And it is.
Shelley Clark at 6'9", 260, just too big for Mark Atkins to guard. As he picks up his 5th foul, Marlo Fenner will check in the ball game for Chris Heller. Watch the post-up. Clark is just too big of a body. Puts a little spin move, little elbow. Could have been called offensive foul. Not many people will call it. Actually made a tremendous drop-off to Deon Thomas. Probably fortunate they called a foul. Deon had an easy dunk.
Atkins checks out of the game with the 3:53 mark in the overtime with 12 points. And Julian Winfield will come off the bench for the Tigers. Winfield has been bothered by a bad ankle, has been seated for quite a while. It'll be interesting to see how he gets back into this action.
Well, take a look at Missouri's lineup. Small bodies. Kelly Thames is now the biggest body at 6'7". They're going to have their hands full because Clark and Thomas are still in the game for Illinois. Missouri has a quicker team. They need to penetrate then that Illinois defense. Make Illinois move defensively with a quicker team.
First free throw. Hit everything it possibly could and falls through for Shelley Clark.
One of those nights for this young man. He seems to have a lot of body English when he stands on that free throw line. And quite honestly, it's worked.
He hits them both. Shelley Clark puts the Illini back up by 2, 83-81.
Illini will stay in this zone because Thomas and Clark can man the middle. Missouri's going to have to find a way to penetrate it, kick it out, use some quickness, get the shots.
Booker to Winfield. He'll drive. And the shot no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Finner. Again, and he's fouled. Deon Thomas picks up the foul. What great work by Marlo Finner.
This kid loves to play basketball. He loves to play basketball. Julian Winfield might have gotten away with a walk. Watch the activity. Look at the bodies jumping up. Marlo up once, up twice, gets the ball back again, up strong. This kid, he just loves to play. He does this every day in practice. He's being rewarded tonight by being in the big ball game.
Marlo Finner, 3 of 3 from the free throw stripe coming into this game.
Considering the fact that Marlo Finner shot 37% last year from the free throw stripe, he has made great improvements. Oops.
Good timing, John.
Yeah.
Finner will try to cut it to a 1-point lead. What a game. Rebound to Clark.
Didn't stay in there on the free throw. He shot it while he backed up. You have to stay in. Concentrate on the fact that that's a must point that you have to have.
2 big misses by Finner. 3:13 left to play, and they'll call a block on Winfield. And that for Julian Winfield is his 4th personal foul.
Well, if we go any longer, Missouri is going to probably run out of players, Joe.
Do you have any eligibility left whatsoever?
It wouldn't matter. This old body be a tough time keeping up with these young guys.
Dewan Garris heads to the free throw line.
Let's see how he executes the free throws. He really, yeah, that was pretty smooth. He choked them off, basically. I hate to use that word, but he really short-armed the ones down the stretch of this ball game.
He's 10 out of 14 from the line, and he has 20 points. Way short, and Booker with a rebound. It's a 3-point game, 84-81. Just over 3 to play in the overtime.
Winfield's capabilities offensively are penetrating, getting his own shot at about 6 or 8 feet from the basket.
Lamont Frazier, who sent us to the overtime, and it knocked away by Keene. Shot clock at 10. Shot clock at 6. Lamont penetrating 2, and it's stripped by Keene.
Big block by Richard Keene. Good move. Lamont Frazier waited too long to run the offense. Melvin Booker wasn't set. 4th shot, big block by Keene.
2:25 to Dion. Way short. Nice rebound by Finner. 3-point game. 2:17 to play in the overtime. Booker for 3. Rebound is Shelley Clark. And right now, the Tigers just don't have the manpower out there to hang in there with the Illini. They're going to have to do it with heart.
Well, when you're smaller, you just need more mobility. You need to push the ball up. If they rebound, push the ball up. See if they can catch Illinois getting back slowly on defense.
Not a good shot by Shelley Clark, the fall-away jumper. There again, the Tigers could tie with a 3. Minute 41 left to play in overtime. Shot clock at 18. Jason Sutherland, freshman, will check in at the next dead ball. Shot clock at 9. And a foul on Richard Keene as Booker drove the lane. That's a good call for Missouri because Booker didn't have much room to operate with the big boys in there.
Shelley Clark came in, shut him down. Take a look at the free throws. 25 out of 33. Only 13 attempts for Missouri. Lou Henson went to the zone defense. Missouri's had a hard time penetrating the zone. If you don't penetrate, you're not going to get any free throws. You really rely on outside jump shots. Unfortunately, Missouri missed him early, but then they turned around and made the big ones to send this game to overtime.
Number 5 is Jason Sutherland into the game for the Tigers. He's a freshman out of Watertown, South Dakota.
Interesting move by Norm Stewart. Jason can shoot the outside jump shot. He's had some good practices this week shooting the basketball. Oh, big miss by Booker.
Big miss. A 1-and-1 effort, no good, and it's still a 3-point Illini lead. Sutherland guarding Garris. And we've got a whistle, a timeout called by the Illini. We're in the overtime period here at the arena. Met 81, Illinois on the Mizzou Sports Network. Have to play in the overtime. Illini with the ball. Kawan Garris guarded by Sutherland. Just into the game for the first time tonight.
Here's where the new rule where the 5-second on the dribble is not in effect. Kawan Garris can basically just dribble the ball as much as he wants as they call a foul on Jason Sutherland. I have yet to meet a coach, Joe, that likes this rule. What you do is you put the ball in the ball handler's hand and let him just dribble the game away. Let's take a look at Garris versus Booker. Pretty even matchup. It's been a tremendous night. Melvin Booker with 11 assists. Had Mr. Crudup involved early. Credit Kawan Garris because he's only a freshman. He's going to be around for 4 years. Tremendous talent. He's had a big night in his first Busch Braggin game.
Kawan Garris, who came into this game as a 91% free throw shooter, tonight is 11 out of 17, so he's got those alligator arms working on the free throw.
Well, I tell you, it becomes tough. Down the stretch, it's a big ball game. That ball's really short.
Kelly Thames with the rebound. Still a 3-point game. Remember, Atkins is fouled out of this game. Sutherland, the freshman, to Booker, the senior.
Deep.
Sutherland. Oh, almost. The rebound controlled by Keene and the foul by Finner. Boy, he came oh so close to tying this game. Strong shot by Sutherland. He's not afraid. Marlo Finner fouls out of this game. That's his fifth.
The thing Norm Stewart likes about Jason Sutherland, the kid is tough. I mean, he is a gritty player. He's going to be tremendous in a Tiger uniform down the road. That shot there was an NBA three-point attempt. Maybe a little long, but it was right on money, in and out. Can't really complain about it. Looked like he had it right on track.
Finner checks out with 5 points. He fouls out. 43.2 seconds left to play in the overtime, and we go to another freshman, Derek Grimm, out of Morton, Illinois. He'll check in. You just look at the Tigers lineup right now. They've got a couple seniors in Frazier and Booker, and 3 freshmen, Thames, Grimm, and Sutherland.
Well, you get thrown in the fire early, and we've seen some great freshmen tonight. Richard Keene is 0 for 2 on the year from the free throw line. Boy, nothing but the bottom of the net. This kid, I think he was the key to the ball game. When they were down big, he hit 8 straight points. Now he has 16 on the night.
And it's a 4-point Illini lead. 43.2 seconds left to play. He hits them both. Robert Bennett will check back in for the Illini. Shelley Clark takes a seat. And tonight, Richard Keene has 17 points.
Well, we're back to that 43 seconds. 5-point lead. Missouri has to get the ball up the court, get the shots off quickly.
Booker no good, but there's Sutherland. He fouled. He hits the shot. He could make it a 3-point play.
What a big play by the freshman. He got his body inside, made a rebound, put it back up. He'll go to the line for a 3-pointer.
He looked stunned, didn't he? Look on his face. He made it. Got it over Deion Thomas. He picks up his 4th personal foul as Sutherland hits the shot.
What a shot. Watch this. Melvin Booker, maybe a 4th shot. Where's Sutherland come from? Very athletic, pump fake. Throws it up. It goes in. Thomas fouls it.
Free throw. No good. Kelly Thames. They're going to say that he bothered it while on the rim. Are they going to say there's a lane violation? And Sutherland, it looks like we'll get another chance. Wow, there's a break. A lane violation on the Illini.
I thought Kelly Thames got pushed. Looked like he might have touched the ball in the rim. I thought he had the defender beat. It looked like he got pushed across the lane. I thought maybe Kelly was going to the line for 2 free throws.
Instead, 1 for Sutherland. If he makes it, it's a 2-point game. He does. 86-84. Tigers just going to have to foul. Sutherland tries to seal. Oh, he came close. But they're going to call a foul on Jason. His 2nd personal foul. Boy, he almost took that cleanly.
Wheeler and Keene just looked at each other. Wheeler going to give it to Keene. Keene wasn't ready. Boy, that was close. Had his hand on his back. Referee's going to call it. Kwani Garris back to the free throw line. He has struggled at the end of this ball game.
Garris with 20 points. Sutherland with his second personal foul, and Jason making his mark on this game. Still better than 30 seconds left to play in the overtime period. A 2-point game. Boy, he's got some flash to him, doesn't he?
Well, a little body motion there. We haven't seen that body motion for the last 4 or 5 free throw attempts, but give the young man credit. He's stepped up. He's played a well of the ball game.
He really has.
Oh, boy, that bad.
Oh, rebound is controlled by Frazier. 3-point game. Frazier short, but Thames is there. His shot is good, and it's a 1-point game.
Boy, this thing is a war.
And a timeout by Missouri. They get the extra timeout with the overtime. And it's a 1-point game, John, with still better than 20 seconds left.
This thing is a war. Garris misses the free throw. Bodies are going down. They're falling down. Booker gets tackled. Lamont Frazier comes up with a quick 3, tries to score early. I'll tell you what, Kelly Thames makes a rebound and a putback. Almost tried to draw the foul for his 10th point of the game. Watch this. Watch the bodies. Booker goes down. Clark goes down. Lamont Frazier, a little football body check. He goes up for the shot. Air ball. Kelly Thames all by himself. Illinois gets out of the way. Fortunately, they could have easily picked up a foul. Could have been a 3-point play.
So it's a 1-point game. The Illini out in front, 87-86. And the Illini with the ball. Take a look at the reset again. Missouri without timeouts. And they had that extra one because we went into the overtime period and the possession arrow with the Tigers.
Well, 1-point ball game. Now, if you foul again, the worst you can be down 3 points. Just like the regulation, you have a chance to tie if you're only down 3. Plus, Illinois has to make the free throws. They have struggled at the end of this ball game, putting the game out of reach.
You look at how the Tigers are flung in this game now. In the overtime, the last couple of minutes with Sutherland, Rim now in there. Kelly Thames has played well. Frazier and Booker, the only 2 upperclassmen still available.
At the end of the last play, Shelley Clark threw down Sutherland and Grimm. As the Tigers were calling timeout, Grimm and Sutherland were picking their bodies up off the floor. Mr. Clark kind of said, "Welcome to big time, fellas." What a great way to get thrown in the fire.
The Illini inbound the ball. Just over 20 seconds left. A 1-point Illinois lead.
5 seconds.
And a timeout called by Illinois. We'll keep it right here. And the Tigers, you can say one thing is an advantage for Missouri, and that is because they've had the foul problems and they've gone with a freshman, they've got fresher bodies out there right now, and they're able to cover on the inbounds pass.
They overplayed extremely well that time. I noticed, looked like Deion Thomas could have released, and they could have thrown it down court. It probably would have had an easy basket. He didn't release. He kept chasing the basketball out. Kelly Thames would play him. Missouri did a nice job. I thought it could have been close to 5 seconds. Boy, what a tremendous finish. Credit the Tigers for hanging in there. They look like they've been put away twice, but they still won't go down.
Well, we've got Big Ten, Big 8, button heads here in St. Louis. And again, Big Ten, Big 8, Kansas over Indiana by 3, also in overtime. What a good night of basketball.
What a great win for the Jayhawks. Indiana has a tremendous ball team once again. But the Jayhawks will be very difficult. They'll make their presence known in the Big 8 conference chase.
I really am so impressed with the Tigers in the effort. Because right now they don't have the manpower. They're playing this game and staying in it down by only a point with sheer heart and determination.
The team we've seen the first 6 games is not the team that showed up at the arena tonight in St. Louis. This is the team that can compete for the Big 8 Conference Championship. This is the ball club that everybody talked about, the leadership, the nice youth that have come in, the freshmen, and Kelly, is Julian Winfield, the sophomore. This is the team we've been waiting to see. It's been a tremendous night for the Tigers.
Illini get the ball in bounds. Frazier commits the foul on T.J. Wheeler. That's Frazier's 3rd, and Wheeler will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws with 16 seconds left. So T.J. Wheeler, the senior out of Buckner, Illinois, who is 1 out of 2 at the line tonight and 72% for the season. see Shelley Clark back into the game. Wheeler with 2 free throws coming his way.
Wheeler had the 2 free throws towards the end of the game, and he missed one of them. So we'll see what happens right now.
It's only a 1-point game. This is a huge free throw for Illinois. The Tigers without a timeout.
And the arena, folks, is loud.
Wow. It's a 2-point game. Tigers,
if you're Missouri, attack the basket, get the best shot possible. Oh, tremendous play.
To Thames to tie the game with 9 seconds left. What a play by Booker. Now the Illini has to get the ball inbound, 7 seconds and counting.
Missouri needs to play solid defense.
The defense, and we're going to double overtime. What defense by the Tigers. What a game. Thank you. Thank you, SNI, for paying us to be here tonight at the arena. Can you believe this?
What a night. This is fun. Melvin Booker one-on-one all by himself. Shelley Clark helps out. I don't know what Illinois was thinking. They guarded way outside on the 3. Kelly Thames with an easy layup. Missouri has 3 freshmen. Still fighting, still playing. Boy, is this fun.
We're going to take a break because John and I need to calm down a little bit. Double overtime, tied at 88. Stay with us on the Mizzou Sports Network. I know you will.
Had the patience and the poise to drop it off to a wide open Kelly Thames. I don't know where the Illini's defense was. Now take a look on the defensive end. Richard Keene has been hot, goes up. Melvin Booker, tremendous block. Too late, Shelley Clark gets it off. Pretty close, watch this, Joe. Oh, boy. Double overtime. The fans in this arena are having some fun.
Missouri's last double overtime game was a win in Columbia against Carbondale. That was last season, an 82-76 win. Now the Tigers control the opening tap with a double overtime. Sutherland in the game for the Tigers. Gets it to Frazier. Tigers with Heller, Thames, Booker, Sutherland, and Frazier. Booker. He's fouled. Oh, no, they're going to call it travel. They're going to call it travel, and the interesting point here, why Norm is livid, is that could have been the 5th foul on Deon Thomas.
I didn't see the travel. Good ball fake by Melvin Booker as he comes down the baseline. Watch the ball fake. I don't know. I didn't see it. He raised the ball, raised his body. Didn't look like he shuffled his feet. It'll go the other way.
It's the first turnover for either team in overtime. Big time move by Deon Thomas to give the Illini the lead.
Illinois should go to Deon Thomas. This man's hard to stop. Kelly Thames, a freshman, has been put on him. He needs some help down low because Thomas is a major league scorer.
Tigers down by 2, 90-88.
Illinois has changed and gone back to the man-to-man defense. They've gone away from the zone.
Shot clock at 13. Again, Missouri with 3 freshmen on the floor. Shot clock is at 5. Booker has it knocked away. 2, 1, almost hit. Rebound to Deon Thomas.
Credit Garris with the defense. Melvin Booker won to one-on-one. Juan Garris had his hand on the ball a couple times. Forced a bad shot. Missouri needs to now come up with a defensive stop.
Keene trying to get it to Thomas. He does. Double teamed. Garris at the free throw line. Good. The freshman knocks it down, and it's a 4-point Illini lead.
We've said it before. Thomas is so good with the basketball down low. He either scores or he lets his teammates score.
Timeout is called by Missouri. 23 points for Juan Garris. And again,
I'm sure he's telling him, hey, make sure you execute like we had it designed. On the double team of Thomas, I'm not sure you're supposed to leave Garris open at the free throw line. You may double team him, but someone has to rotate. Make them make the extra pass. If it goes to Garris, someone rotates, make Garris make another pass so you can get back defensively. Norm Stewart still instructing the fact that, hey, guys, stick with the game plan. Let's do it together. We've hung on this far. We can take this to a victory.
Take a look at the foul numbers. Foul trouble for Missouri. Crudup, Atkins, and Finner all out. Booker and Winfield with 4. On the other side, the Illini, they have some foul trouble, but they're still left with their marquee players. Although Deon Thomas has 4 fouls, he's as close as there is to having somebody out of this game.
That may be a point when you have Thomas with 4 fouls. Missouri may want to attack him. What a player normally does with 4 fouls is back away. He doesn't want to come out of the ball game. It's too big a game. You attack the basket. Deon might have a tendency to let you have that shot. He'll put his hand up, but he does not want to come out of this basketball game.
Deon Thomas has 4 fouls. Richard Keene has 4 fouls for the Illini. Booker to Frazier. Frazier ran into Sutherland. That's why he took a spill. 15 on the shot clock.
Missouri needs to penetrate a little more. They're relying too much on the outside.
Graham, that's goaltending, I believe. The officials congregate.
That has to be 2 points.
Derek Graham went for the reverse layup. What could they be talking about? There it is, goaltending, and it's a 2-point game. And they're going to call the foul, and Deon Thomas is out of this game. It'll be a 3-point play, possibly, if Grimm can hit the free throw. Lou Henson beside himself. Deon Thomas, I believe, is gone, is he not?
Oh, they called Clark, and that's his fourth.
They called it on
Watch
Clark,
Kelly
and
Thames.
that's his fourth.
The seal off by Derek Grimm. Kelly Thames sees it. Nice delivery. Pins the ball. Call a foul. That's goaltending. Big play by Derek Grimm.
Grimm hits the free throw. It's a 1-point game. The official put up 2-5, then switched to 3-5. That's Clark, his fourth. So now the 2 big men for the Illini, each with 4 fouls. A 1-point game. Still 2:45 left in this double overtime.
Joe, I have the feeling Jason Sutherland likes this challenge right here. Freshman on freshman. He'd probably like to have been in most of the ball game playing against Quan Garris.
Sutherland strips it. They wrestle.
The young man will fight you. I'm telling you what, he will fight you. He is all over Garris. He's eyeing him. He's stalking him.
Garris driving, blocked. Garris again.
Boy, is this game rough. Garris drives the basketball. Grimm makes the block. Garris comes up with it, lays it in for his 25th point of the ball game.
Thames thought about it. What a drive. He ties the game. The freshman from Jennings, Kelly Thames. We're tied at unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I tell you what, we're going to see all these freshmen for the next 3 years. Is this exciting or what? Illinois has some freshmen, especially Garris, who's played tremendous. Thames, Grimm, Sutherland. What a night.
It's a 1-point Illini lead. Look at that effort by Sutherland. The head first dive. He gets the hug from Thames. What an effort by Jason Sutherland. Again, the Illini out in front by a point. Look at this effort.
Thomas has 1 freshman posted up. The other freshman, Sutherland, comes in to help. Norm Stewart's on his feet, clapping for his young men.
Keene off the pick. And the rebound controlled by Garris. Nice pass to Wheeler. He's fouled and he hits the shot. It's a 3-point Illini lead.
Good look by Quan Garris on that rebound. He put it back in. Wheeler shielded the ball, made the layup, foul on Lamont Frazier. Watch this, Quan Garris has the poise when he goes up strong. Who's there? Lays it off. Wheeler Sr. keeps Lamont Frazier on his back, lays it in, has a chance to go to make it a 4-point ball game.
A minute 32 left. And again, the Illini missed the free throw. A 3-point Illinois lead, 96-93.
Back to the zone defense. The Illini are going to make Missouri try to beat him once again from the outside.
Dangerous pass by Frazier. Booker driving, hits on the baseline. It's a 1-point game.
We talked about it before. Deon Thomas came over to help, but not that strong. He didn't want to foul, just kind of put his hand up. Missouri can attack the basket because Deon Thomas does not want to foul out of this basketball game.
The Illini up by a point, 96-95. Garris. Rebound to Clark, and he's fouled as he goes up for the shot. We'll see who this foul is called on. They're going to call it on number 42, Derek Grimm. Derek Grimm picks up his first personal foul, and you hold your breath. You hold your breath every time that there's a whistle.
Well, Derek Grimm, 6'9", only 205 pounds. It's tough going against Clark at 6'9" and 260. Derek Grimm from Morton, Illinois. This is a big ball game for him. Wow, is that ugly?
96-95, Illinois out in front. Robert Bennett, upperclassman, checks back in for Illinois. Shelley Clark at the free throw line. He's 4 out of 6 from the stripe tonight. Illini leading by a point with 47 seconds left. A 2-point game.
Here we go again.
Illinois. Booker driving, gets Sutherland for 3. Got no good, and Wheeler pulls it down. That's stolen by Sutherland. To Grimm, he's fouled underneath, going up for the shot. And who's it against?
Boy, Norm Stewart wants an intentional foul.
It's against Richard Keene, and that's his 5th. Richard Keene is just fouled out of the game on this foul.
Tremendous play by Jason Sutherland. Watch him attack the basketball. Oh, what a great play. He drives the baseline. Sees teammate Grimm. Watch the foul. Oh, boy, I tell you what. Norm Stewart won an intentional foul there. He wanted 2 shots and the ball out of bounds. That's the referee's discretion. Norm Stewart is not happy by that call.
So Richard Keene fouls out. Derek Grimm to the free throw line. He's 1 for 1 from the stripe tonight. An all-out battle here at the arena. 17 points tonight for Richard Keene. An important stretch where he hit 2 big three-pointers to get the Illini back in the game.
Actually, I think Wheeler was the one that fouled. And I'm surprised why they said Keene, the referee.
Wheeler's trying to talk to the official and trying to talk him into giving him the foul, but it was called on Keene. The official put up 2-4. That's Keene's number. And at the moment, he is gone.
Shelley Clark is working on Derek Grimm at the free throw line, talking to him, making the freshman think about these free throws. A little sportsmanship going on, a little gamesmanship.
Grimm could tie the game with 2 made free throws. 19.2 seconds left. Double overtime. Illini 97, the Tigers 95.
How about this? A young man from Morton, Illinois. Played high school basketball, probably always watched Illinois, Missouri play, and now he's in the thick of things.
He didn't expect this when he woke up this morning. A made free throw here would tie it. Grimm with 4 points. Number 5 would be awfully big. He's got them both, and the game is tied at 97. 19.2 seconds left in double overtime.
Missouri will continue to put a little bit of pressure on. Jason Sutherland now backs off. Solid defense. Make Illinois beat you over the top with an outside shot.
You see the time left on the clock, and the Illini will call a timeout. 7.5 seconds left to play. Double overtime, and Lou Henson will set up a play. Derek Grimm with 2 big free throws to tie it. 97 apiece with 7.5 seconds left to play. Double overtime.
Well, Illinois finally has a chance. The ball's in their hands this time. The last 2, the first regulation and the end of the first overtime, they missed free throws, gave Missouri an opportunity to score to get back in the game. Illinois with 7.5 seconds. Their opportunity to score. Look for Garris to go one-on-one. They may go a 1-4 low. Juan Garris may take it one-on-one. Look for the drop and the dish off to Deion Thomas. Deion Thomas is still the man on the court who can hurt you the most.
Look inside. Missouri huddle. That's actually the Lou Henson huddle for the Illini. They're trying to diagram the play. The Tigers, defensively, may have the fresher body. We'll see if that comes into play.
Well, they have to take the ball out of half court. The first thing they do is have to get the ball inbound. They have no timeout. 5-second count could become important. Missouri has overplayed very well. If they get it in, Garris will probably be the man to try to take it initially.
The Tigers come back on the floor with Thames, Grimm, Frazier, Booker, and Julian Winfield. 97 apiece, 7.5 seconds left, double overtime, and a classic at the arena. Kawan Garris, guarded by Winfield. He wants it one-on-one. He draws the foul. They're going to call the foul as the clock expires.
Well, I tell you what, folks, you don't like that to happen. You play such a great ball game, both teams. It comes down to a referee's call. Look at the defense by Julian Winfield. Kawan Garris doing all he wants to do. He jumps into Julian. Julian hands are straight up. I don't see it. I don't think you should call it at the end of double overtime.
The clock is expired. This man's worked and worked and worked. 2 free throws coming the way of Kawan Garris. He only has to hit one to end this game.
Well, you always just hate to see the ball game if it does end. Kawan Garris has again had alligator arms at the end of these things on these free throws, the end of the ball game. I expect him probably to make one. Norm Stewart is on the court.
I'll tell you what, folks. Norm Stewart was all the way standing at half court. He was literally on the court. He could have easily been called for the technical.
Frazier grabbed him and got him off the court.
Here it is. This could end it. He moved! And we're going to triple overtime.
I tell you what. Oh, Norm is still living. I tell you what. His ball club has pulled Norm off the sand. This is tremendous.
We're tied at 97, triple overtime. The young guns trying to do it for Missouri. We're going to stay right here. Another 5-minute period. Unbelievable. I mean, you can pull out every superlative in the book. And Norm Stewart, this is when he was pulled back off the court. John, he was literally at the mid-court circle when Garris missed that first free throw.
Here's the second miss. Watch the reaction. Here's the second free throw. Missed it. Norm Stewart said, by God, let's go again. I'll tell you what's interesting. Norm was at half court. He probably figured Garris would make one of them. When he missed the first one, Lamont Frazier grabs him and runs him right to the sideline. Javon Kruta put a small headlock on Norm and said, Coach, we still might be in this thing. Oh, goodness, is this fun.
Well, Kawan Garris, who came into this game as a 91% free throw shooter, is 12 out of 22 from the free throw line. And John, that's an area that Lou Henson was worried about, how the young players would fare. Now, Kawan Garris has had a great game, but when it comes right down to it on the free throw line to end the game, he couldn't do it.
He is 3 out of his last 12. He was 9 of his first 10, 3 out of his last 12. I tell you what has a tough time. There's the good governor from the state of Missouri, Mel Carnahan, enjoying himself. If he'd smile, it might be a little better, but hey, it's a long night. This is tremendous. Fans are getting worn out right now.
This is the first ever triple overtime for Missouri.
This is fun. Oh boy, you couldn't ask for anything more.
Tell you what, Heller's going to end up with a workout with all these jump offs, these tip offs at the start of each overtime period. Other than that, he's been sitting right next to Norm.
Well, Norm Stewart has his sport coat back on, back at the end of the bench. Looks comfortable now, once again.
Tied at 97, third overtime. No one expected this. Tom Michael, the senior in the game for the Illini. Kawan Garris gets it to Clark. They still have their big guys in there, Clark and Thomas. Wheeler, no good, and the rebound to Sutherland. We're going to look back at this game, and you're really going to have to be impressed with the minutes from Sutherland. And what about the 2 free throws by Grimm? How about Sutherland for 3?
Oh, I'm telling you what, is this a ball game that sends you forth to the Big 8 Conference with confidence from our young players?
Jason Sutherland with 6 points off the bench. He didn't sniff the court until overtime. That ball is tapped out of bounds. It belongs to the Illini. Tigers will check in Derek Grimm, and the senior Chris Heller will take a seat.
Give Norm Stewart credit. He wasn't afraid to put in Sutherland or Grimm towards the overtime ball. They didn't play at all. Now they're the ones making the big plays. He still has Booker out there to run the show. Lamont Frazier is always a stabilizing force.
Jason Sutherland's three-pointer has the Tigers out in front by 3 at 100 to 97.
Let's see how Illinois, this is the first time they've trailed in the overtime. See how they handle a little bit of adversity. They haven't trailed in a long part of this ballgame.
Shelley Clark, Grimm on him. Blocks it out of bounds. The freshman Derek Grimm coming up big.
Watch the move. Clark waves his teammates off. He wants to go one-on-one. Mr. Grimm said thank you very much.
Shot clock at 5. And a big shot hit by Hester. Tigers leading 100 to 99.
Illinois back in the man-to-man defense. They have changed it up in the overtimes. Now they're back man-to-man. Hester will guard Sutherland. I think this benefits the Tigers offensively. They can move the big bodies around, spread it out, get penetration, make Clark and Thomas guard.
Booker driving. They're going to call a charge on Melvin Booker. Melvin Booker picks up the foul, and that for Melvin will be his 5th. Melvin Booker out of this game with 5 personal fouls, and there goes another senior.
Melvin is, I tell you what an outstanding effort for Melvin Booker, as now he brings his teammates together. His senior year, last time he'll play Illinois. What a tremendous night for Melvin. He's frustrated. He wants to get, and look who's coming in.
Reggie Smith, the star of the game from last year. Booker trying to keep him pumped up. He hands the baton to Reggie Smith.
Reggie's a senior, been here before, can run the show. Hasn't played since the Arkansas ball game. His ankle is heavily taped. He's wearing a brace on it. Boy, look at the fouls. Who would have thought we'd be in triple overtime with that chart right there?
That's practically the starting lineup. The lone exception being Lamont Frazier. And Kelly Thames, who backs into the middle of the paint. Hester to Wheeler. Shelley Clark. Tiger defenders all over him, and Frazier pulls down the rebound.
Derek Grimm, great defense. He out-jumps Shelley Clark, bothers him on his jump shot. Strong rebound by Lamont Frazier.
Jason Sutherland. He'll be writing home after this one. There'll be a letter sent to South Dakota after this game.
Actually, in fact, his father's now the head basketball coach at Moberly High School, Moberly, Missouri, so probably doesn't have to write too far.
Shot clock at 8. Tigers leading by a point. Thames driving. And hit it. The freshman from Jennings, Kelly Thames, it's a 3-point Tiger lead.
Thames with a 16-point, big smile on his face. He has Deion Thomas, 4 fouls on him. He can take him to the basket, do what he wants to do. Deion is too light right now defensively.
Thames is all over Thomas in the paint. Grimm denies and steals. Derek Grimm.
This is as big an effort as any Norm Stewart's ball club in the history. With 3 freshmen on the floor, this is just tremendous how they're playing.
Kelly Thames, the clock at 1:49. The shot clock at 20. Lamont Frazier and Reggie Smith, the 2 lone seniors. Reggie with the shot clock at 9. Driving and dishing, and they call a block. A block has been called on Deion Thomas, and he is gone. Deion Thomas fouls out with 1:34 left to play in triple overtime. The Illini loses its biggest star.
Thomas can't believe it. He thought he was set. Reggie Smith did a little one-on-one. Went down the lane. Deion stood his ground. Referee called blocking foul. Deion is done. Watch Reggie Smith, a little one-on-one, shake and bake. Ankle looks fine right here. He explodes. Is Thomas there? Well, I don't know. He looked like he slid a little bit too much. Maybe he's moving his feet a little. Referee called blocking foul. Big plus for the Tigers.
So Reggie Smith to the free throw line. His first free throw attempt of the year. has been a game.
Look at the Tiger bench. I tell you, they've been excited all ball game. They've been on their feet the whole game. Illinois' bench has kind of been sitting all ball game. Norm Stewart is excited. His teammates, or his ball club, played a whale of a ball game.
Now an ill-advised foul by Jason Sutherland. Trying to rip the ball away from Hester. That'll be the third foul on Sutherland.
Here's the teacher with the student right now. Jason, not very wise foul, son. He might not be using those words a little bit. Norm Stewart does an outstanding job of teaching his players how to play the game, when to make the right decisions.
Big free throw for Hester, his first attempt of the night, and that's now 8 points for Jerry Hester.
Minute 32 left in this ball game. A lot of time for Illinois. They don't have to foul. Just solid defense. Make Missouri beat you.
Controlled by Thames. Boy, Thames has had a terrific overtime segment to this game. Pressure on Reggie Smith. Get it across the timeline. Tigers lead is 3. 103 to 100 with a minute 15 to play in triple overtime. Again, no 5-second count on the dribble. That's tapped away by Wheeler. They're going to call the reach-around foul on T.J. Wheeler. That'll be his fourth.
Good call by the referee. They'll call that 90% of the time when you reach around, even though you hit ball. They'll probably call the foul. Probably not a good decision by Wheeler. The shot clock was running out. Lamont Frazier trying to milk it. He'll go to the line shooting 2 free throws.
Lamont Frazier, a senior, 1 out of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Let's take you back seemingly an hour and a half ago when Frazier's three-pointer tied the game at the end of regulation. He's the reason why we're here.
Well, and you sat here and you wondered if Missouri even had a chance at that point. All of a sudden, Illinois misses free throws. Missouri hits big baskets in the regulation in the first overtime and second one.
Boy, there's a big free throw. That's a 4-point lead. And now the Tigers will try to balloon the lead up to 5, which would be their biggest of the overtime periods. All 3.
I'm watching Norm Stewart from here. He's trying to control his bench. The players are jumping up and down. He wants off the court, so they're now all sitting down.
Frazier with 17 points, and the Tigers have a 5-point lead with just over a minute left. Big pick set by Michael. Shelley Clark is stripped, and they'll call a foul on Sutherland, his 4th. And I'll tell you, I might not mind Shelley Clark going to the free throw line.
Shelley Clark has struggled at the end of the ball game with the free throw. He's made a few. He's had an unbelievable touch, so to speak, at the free throw line. He's hit all kinds of rim, and they drop in. Jason Sutherland snuck his hand inside, thought he had all ball. They call a foul. Shelley Clark will go to the line shooting 2.
A 5-point Missouri lead. Boy, I like that foul by Sutherland. It's looking better and better. Robert Bennett checks back in for the Illini, and Shelley Clark now 5 out of 8 from the free throw line. Just sheer heart, sheer grit, and determination by the Tigers. A 4-point lead.
Full court pressure by Illinois.
Sutherland gets it back. Nice pass to Reggie Smith. Tigers have a 2-on-1, but they elect to pull it back out. 45 seconds and counting left.
Frazier will now try to control the basketball
again.
Here's
That 5-second count.
It's not there. Just keep holding the ball. Clear out. Let him do what he wants to do with it.
Shot clock at 9.
Great decisions by the Tigers.
This is the game clock, and a foul will be called, and Lamont Frazier, who is by far the man you want to go to the line, will head there. The Tigers leading by 4. And the foul was called on Kawan Garris' 3rd.
Missouri that time broke the press, was fortunate. Illinois made the tap. As they broke the press, they spread it out. The 5-second rule not in effect while you dribble. Lamont Frazier controlled the ball. Grimm, they spaced out to Reggie Smith. Back to Lamont Frazier. 3 of 5 from the line tonight. He loves this situation.
A little long there. Frazier tonight has 17 points. He hit the last 2 free throws. You're looking at Deion Thomas, who fouled out with a minute 34 left to play. second, and the Tigers lead is back to 5. The Tigers will call a timeout. Javon Crudup, the seniors, loving what they see from the youngsters. Guys like Sutherland and Grimm. Reggie Smith has come in and played well despite the bad ankle off the bench. And how about Kelly Thames, the freshman out of Jennings High School? He has been so solid in the overtime periods for the Tigers.
Well, the one thing about it, Derek Grimm has done an outstanding job defensively on Shelley Clark. Shelley Clark has posted up Grimm. He has tried to spin him. Grimm has stood his ground. He has tried to shoot over him. Grimm has had a couple block shots. Unbelievable performance by the freshman, but also the senior leadership. Lamont Frazier, when Melvin Booker went out, Reggie Smith came in. Lamont Frazier has taken control. He and Reggie have said, keep the ball in our hands, guys. We will control the basketball. We'll get fouled. We'll go up, knock into free throws.
The Missouri fans here just rode the Illini cheerleaders off the floor. And now at center court, the Mizzou flag waving. The Tigers, boy, they're feeling confident. And it's almost to the point when you look back, John, there's no way you could pick out less than 10 turning points where the Tigers just were able to hang on. It's almost as if it's destiny for the Tigers to win this game, the way they're doing it now with the players they're doing it with.
They've come back and come back and come back. Now we're in a situation with a 5-point lead. I think we've been here before on the reverse end.
Right.
And somehow Missouri has found a way to get back. Let's see what Illinois can do. I think they'll have a tough time. Missouri, such confidence beaming across the faces of the players on the floor.
I think the Tigers are gaining some fans in our viewing audience here tonight.
I hope
if you
so.
weren't a Tiger fan before, you probably are now. Kawan Garris for 3, no. Rebound to Reggie Smith. Reggie is fouled by Hester.
This game's over, folks. Listen to the crowd. It's Missouri. And it is noisy.
Reggie Smith will head to the free throw line. It's a 5-point Tiger lead and any more. Well, this has been the best college basketball game during the regular season I have ever seen. That's in limited experience. How about you?
I'd have to agree. And just because of the players involved. Kawan Garris,
Exactly.
a freshman. Sutherland, Grimm, Thames, all freshmen. You had the big stars they put out tonight. Deion Thomas had big numbers. Javon Crudup had big numbers. Melvin Booker did what he was supposed to do. Marlo Fenner hasn't played much, did an outstanding job. Lamont Frazier, you expected it. He delivered. What a ball game.
Reggie short on the second. And the rebound to the Illini. Less than 10 seconds left. Garris leans in for 3 and hits. 4.8 seconds left. It's a 2-point game, and the Tigers will have to inbound the ball. They have no timeouts left, but they lead it by 2, 106 to 104.
Well, obviously the key, the inbounds pass. No timeouts. They have to make it crisp. Good hard moves to the basketball. Make sure you take your man away and then come hard to the ball. If you don't get it, make sure you get fouled when you don't try to get the ball or when you're trying to get the basketball. Also, the opportunity to look long. If they're overplaying, maybe you can throw it over their heads. If you throw the ball deep with 4.8 seconds left, even if Illinois chases it way down the other end, it takes away time in their effort to try to get back in this game.
Tigers leading 106-104. 2 huge misses by Reggie Smith. He puts the game away if he hits those 2 free throws. But he missed them both. Kawan Garris, the freshman, hanging in there. He could have ended this game at the tail end of the last overtime with a couple of free throws. All he had to do was hit 1. He missed them both. The Tigers have come out in this 3rd overtime, out-hustled and outplayed the Illini. And they lead it by 2, have the ball, have to inbound the ball, and again, you got to get it into the hands of Lamont Frazier in my mind.
Well, anybody who breaks open, because it's going to be so quick. The man taking the ball out of bounds, it'll be Reggie Smith, the best ball handler on the team, meaning he's the assist man. The first man he sees has to get the basketball, and that man has to cover it up. Make sure you move. There it is.
And the foul committed, 3.8 seconds left. Frazier twists his ankle. Now remember, he's had foot and ankle problems this season. And so he will head to the free throw line if he is able and try to make the free throws. You bet he isn't coming out of this game.
No way. This kid from down the Boot Hill, Charleston, Missouri, the pride of the Boot Hill right now. I tell you what, tremendous ball game for Lamont Frazier. Hobbling a little bit, taking some extra time. Good move. Go wipe your sweat off. Get your feet, make sure his ankle's okay so that he can raise up and shoot the free throw. Don't hesitate. If he knocks up, knock both these games over.
Tigers lead by 2. Lamont 4 out of 7 from the line. If he hits this, we're going home, folks. John, I look at your face and I see you staring over at Norm. You guys are the best of friends, and you have to feel that this is absolutely a phenomenal win for Norm. One of the best in his career. It's not an overstatement to say that.
There's no doubt about it. What they've done, what he's done, he has told his players by playing them in the overtimes, the freshmen, I have confidence in you, go win the ballgame. And they've done just that. What a tremendous night for the Missouri Tigers.
Juan Garris hits the three-pointer just for good measure, but it's a one-point Missouri triple overtime victory. Hugs all over the place at center court. Norm Stewart over Lou Henson. The Big 8 over the Big 10. The Tigers with a one-point triple overtime victory, and they did it in the overtime periods with guys you would never expect to even sniff the court. Sutherland, Grimm, Kelly Thames was phenomenal, led by Booker and Frazier the entire time, gradually through the overtimes. What a game.
We worried the first 6 ball games what kind of Missouri team would come in this place. Some thought would get beat by 20 points. Missouri came in. This is a team that can contend for the Big 8 championship. What an effort from the first guy down to the last guy. Norm Stewart has to be so proud of this ball club. Now they have a little Christmas break. What a night in St. Louis.
I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. As the Tigers upset number 19 Illinois, this has got to be the launching pad and the springboard for a strong season. The Bush Braggin Rights Trophy. Again, it belongs to the Tigers. 3rd in a row for Missouri. For you, John, a former Tiger, let's keep that trophy.
Well, tremendous night as you see Javon Kruta. Who'd have thought Javon fouled out? I mean, the glee on these guys' faces. What an effort. What an effort. I just can't get over it because we've seen them 6 times this year, and this wasn't the team that arrived tonight. What a fun night. The crowd here has been tremendous. The Missouri people, as the fight song plays on, this is going to be a tremendous boost for the freshmen as we go into the Big 8 season.
So I know that you folks will be with us on our next televised game as the Washington Huskies visit Hearns to take on the Missouri Tigers, who tonight upset number 19 Illinois in triple overtime. John Sunvold, what a pleasure. Folks, we wish you a very happy Christmas, a terrific 94, and we'll talk at you in 94 on the Mizzou Sports Network.